power swing and it just fell off and
broke the screen.
Live on TV.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they started selling the Wii remotes with like plastic Wii condoms.
Yep. Which
I think always looked hideous.
It's funny, but they're actually pretty decent.
Yeah, of course.
Anyway, so
serious music, and we're having such useless conversations.
Yes, well, it's just that once we finish.
What am I doing with my life? I need to get into.
It's just that once we finish the conversation, I can jump right into the recap. So, our band of adventurers had traveled to the town of Noble's Rest in order to assist with the Plane Hunter Guildmaster Gradumar in his impromptu mission to protect the town from undead. There, with the aid of another Plane Hunter troop, the Dragon's Fury, you were able to get into the crypts and find the apparent source of this necromantic energy. A necromancer and his apparently pet demon. Though you fought bravely, the necromancer and demon were both able to escape, but at the same time you gained an unlikely ally. A apparent undead known as Gregory Rona, the third patriarch of the Rona noble family. Despite your best efforts to convince him, he is still mostly adamant that he is currently in 28 after Pterodont, 700 years before you were standing here. At his request, you have begun to make your way back to the town of Eckster to prove to him that where you are right now is not where he once was. After a slight incident with some cockatrices and a much bigger incident involving deadly flesh-eating butterflies, you all reconvene at the remains of the butterfly swarm. And that's where we continue. So, you're all standing amidst a sea of deaf butterflies. The area around you is strewn with trees with their bark stripped clean off. Any corpses that were there are nothing more but bone. What do you all do?
Little deaf butterflies. Flesh-eating butterflies just sounds funny.
We inspected like the trees and the bodies, right?
Yeah, pretty much finished all of our expectations.
And I have a butterfly in a vial.
Which it's as you watch, this butterfly is scratching the inside of the vial more and more.
But it doesn't look like it could escape.
It's as far as you can tell.
Is it quite a fragile jar, or what do you call it?
Vial.
Ken,
it's not like we're keeping it as a pet for the next couple of weeks. We're probably just gonna. You're just gonna like examine it when we go back to town, right?
Well, can we admonish Evie for her actions?
Hi.
By all means, if you want to roleplay this stuff, by all means, go for it.
Yeah,
What were you thinking?
Yeah.
I saw some bones. I wanted to collect the bones.
Why did you want to collect the bones?
Because
creepy.
bones are important here, okay?
That sounds creepy.
Yeah, that sounds
Exactly.
especially coming from a cleric.
Well, I mean, there is a path of great.
Think about not so much that they're bones, then more of why the fuck are there loads of bones and nothing alive for 50 yards around? Rather than just saying, oh look, some bones, saying, why is there nothing but bones here? It might help you out later on.
Whatever.
Sounds
We
like
were
a
sent
net.
out to kill some butterfly swarms. We killed a butterfly swarm. We killed some things in the air. We're seeming to do pretty okay.
Sounds like a net one wisdom roll.
Shush.
Because wisdom's actually
nearly
that.
died,
The wisdom is that tutorial.
You nearly died, when a lot of us are feeling quite worse for wear, just because you wanted some fucking bones.
Well, at least we're not dead. No offense, Greg, but we're not dead.
I'm
not
sorry.
Yeah. So does Greg know that he's just a shambling corpse at this point?
I'm pretty sure he's still in the denial, isn't he?
You
Yeah,
can
he
make
Yeah.
it. You can always make
Yeah.
you can make an insight check if you want.
I don't know, like maybe I guess I could try. Like maybe he thinks he's not.
You have no idea.
Too, so I know nothing.
You have no.
Yeah.
It's kind of difficult
Yeah.
to tell given how he's got his helmet on, so you can't see his
Yeah.
face or his expression.
Yeah, as far as Floriana's aware, all Gregory is doing is he's thinking, I should go to the beach sometime. Top up on my tan.
As I look at this vial and this butterfly, at least we have one of whatever these little demons are.
Hey, the second you drop that violet's gonna rip out your throat, son.
Just a tiny little butterfly. Maybe you can have a pet.
Oh, come now.
I mean,
I've had more stunt
A
to me.
butterfly that with his flames nearly killed us. Are you
It's
sure
just
that we
one.
can make a point of that?
it's just one. I mean, if you're not careful, it might gnaw off your finger, but I mean, it's not like it's gonna probably eat you all alive before you notice it.
Yeah.
Or maybe it will if you're not paying attention.
But boy, good thing that this didn't kill any of you. I mean, that would have been an embarrassing tale
I mean,
to tell. Han was dog.
In our
Okay.
defense, there was a lot of them.
Yeah, like a good, what, like a good 100 maybe?
Evie,
Couple.
what health are you on right now? What health are you on right now, Evie?
Give me a second to check because Roll20 is not working for me today.
Oh, yeah, I just saw you fell off.
I think someone's got an
Alright.
echo.
Hear it too. Right, I hear
Hello?
myself. Hello?
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 I can't hear echoes.
I can't hear Echo either.
I heard
There
it. Like,
was just an echo.
Yeah. yeah, I did hear it like a minute
To
ago.
answer your
Yeah.
question, Evelyn has 19 hit points left at the moment.
Thank you.
I'm just wondering.
I mean,
is
that's
that
not
quite- is
bad.
that quite-
It's only a few less than I have. And that,
Well, she has 19 because she did have to heal herself.
Okay.
and I have 22 because my maximum HP is 4. A little bit. She is aware that she's kind of frail. Does try to stay out of, situations.
Alrighty, so. What is it that you're all going to do now then?
Let's get back on.
Make our way back to the cart.
Yeah, because
Yep.
that's not all we can do.
Are you sure you don't want to step in any more circles, Evie?
Are there any more circles to step into, Tom?
Make a perception check.
These
Can I
squares like
roll
a circle.
too?
Sure. Make a perception check.
Can you do that for me? I'm still trying to get this to work.
Okay.
Okay.
Might as well see what else is around while we walk back.
Can I desperately try to scramble to hold on to Evie to make sure she doesn't walk into any dangerous shit again?
You can.
Make a strength check to see, because
I-
essentially, you're essentially going to grapple her to do this.
Basically, yeah. It's like you are not going anywhere.
I guess I can do even.
Oh,
I don't think
So-
Evelyn's going to make this. No, that's a natural one against a natural 20.
Oh my days.
You just pick her up and so you just pick her up,
think
hold her over your
I-
shoulder while she scrambles like a little
Yeah,
kid.
I think I think
Pick her
in
up
that
one-handed.
yeah. I think I grappled you and then for no reason gave you a German suplex. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, essentially, you just wrap your arms around her waist, just lift her up and start walking with her back to
that's
the
well then.
cart.
Like the
As
aesthetic
yeah.
of doing that.
Yeah,
As for
not leave my
perception,
fucking sight,
you see no circles of apparent death. But I'll say, because of how high Evelyn rolled, you do see something moving in the distance. It
Guys!
looks. It is about 100 feet. It's difficult to see because there's a lot of tree cover, but you do see it just staying there before it turns and starts moving away from you.
Josner,
Okay.
over there. There's a thing. Let's go get it.
Oh my god, it's
Gracious.
like having a dog and a squirrel.
Wait a minute. Can I load my crossbow and fire at it?
No.
What's the range of your
Drop those.
crossbow?
Isn't Tropter
I
holding you?
Don't know the range of my
Dang.
crossbow.
Isn't it like 120 feet?
I think
Yeah.
that's the one.
Yeah, but
like
it's also
what you
got
wanna
a
be-
certain range before you get disadvantage. Okay,
Mhm.
so at the range that it's at, you would be doing this with disadvantage.
I thought Drafnar was, grappling you. Can you even
Oh,
really do
go
that?
That's
for it.
restrained that you're thinking of, where they can't actually do that. Grappling just means they can't move.
Oh, okay.
You fire and it goes very wide. It's kind of difficult when you've got a dwarf that's just kind of like just pulling you away.
Can I
tried.
do?
Since I don't think I could really-
Can I have a look and try to see if I can sort of tell what the beastie is?
Mate,
I
at
wouldn't
this point,
recommend-
because of the distance and the fact this creature started moving
Disadvantage,
away,
right.
I would say you can make a perception check with disadvantage.
I want to
Uh,
recommend the ranger looking.
no harm.
Probably has the best perception.
What,
Oh yeah.
The only thing you can tell is that it appears humanoid and tall.
How tall?
Taller than
Like-
Nemesis.
Oh,
Let's
fucking
go
hell.
get it.
Oh,
Oh
shit,
my God.
that's like tall.
Oh my
Hey,
god,
it's like a giant
not
call.
Bigfoot.
Maybe sound like a troll, maybe. Trolls, I think, are tall in D&D, I think.
Or a
Or
Goliath.
Nope, it's obviously Bigfoot.
It is weird when you think of certain, races that are very common between in fantasy, but sometimes they're aesthetic, some things are distinctly different.
Delz and Evelyn, you watch as this creature just goes into the trees and you lose sight of it.
Right, so what are we
that's that.
supposed to be fucking doing? Like, what's our job at the moment?
Heading
Well, we
back
were
to
heading
town,
back to Eckster because, to turn in our contracts and because Gregory wanted, to
Yeah,
see if
goes-
Eckster was the same.
Yeah.
Right.
My best assumption that he's probably going to get extra, even if he sees that it's like this large bustling town, he'll probably find something familiar.
Well, from where
like a
you guys
landmark.
are, Eckster is within eyesight, and he has seen it. He's just kind of muttering. He's just looking back over it and just muttering to himself. It's kind of difficult to hear because it's kind of muffled by the helmet.
So basically, right now he's like Kenny from South Park.
Essentially, yeah,
Oh
but
my
not
God,
not
he's
being
so
very
cute.
loud.
I mean, I imagine he's just in denial, but he's like, maybe he's just thinking, this can't be town next door, right?
You don't know.
Yeah, that was my assumption. I would just think that.
Alright.
I would just think that. I would just think that's-
Ignoring the beast that is somehow taller than me. Actually, we don't even know if it's a beast. I'm gonna go back to the wagon. I'm not dealing with Evelyn's fucking squirrel mentality.
I can't do
Alright.
anything. I'm being carried by the short one.
Yeah.
I will
Ev-
It's like
follow.
she's got ADHD.
Eventually, you're able to all
Hey.
get back into the
Take
wagon.
offense to that.
Oh yeah, sure.
You
As-
think she's bad in the forest? Wait till you get her to the ocean.
As you all get comfortable again in the wagon, you start to hear a sort of humming sound coming behind you. It starts quiet and then it gets louder and louder. All of a sudden, there's just a blast of air as you look up as you see a small airship. But when we say small, it's still fucking large as an airship. but compared to other airships, like the one that you've seen in Eckster, this is a rather small one. It flies only about 100 or so feet above you, kind of dips down a bit and starts heading towards the city of Eckster.
Okay. How new is the technology of flying ships and zeppelins and stuff in this world?
Zeppelins!
Well, Zeppelins don't exist in Karmora.
Well, you know what I mean, airships, dirigibles,
Yes.
you know what I mean.
Airships. Airships are
Can you
somewhat...
present
Airships, at least of this size, are a relatively new invention. There have been flying contraptions for quite a few years, but until around the time before the War of Pterodont, there was experimentations with trying to make heavier airships. A lot of the Pterodont War was for on the ground. There was very little air combat because these airships had only just been rolled out.
Got it.
Essentially, the airships of the Pterodont War were like the Mark 1 tanks, the first tanks used in World War
Yeah.
One.
Bunch of hot air balloons just flying around.
Essentially, they didn't have the speed, they couldn't carry as heavy weapons, they were mostly used for troop transport, and even then they weren't very effective. It was only sometime after the Pterodont War that they were able to perfect the technology and be able to create these massive warships.
I mean, how useful is a hot air balloon when, like half the troops have, bows and arrows? Just, hey, shoot an arrow at this thing. Oh, crap. It's just falling everywhere. It's a hole in the
Don't
hot air
forget the
balloon.
blast.
I use my magic missile on the on the
That
hot air
would be
balloon.
interesting. Aerial combat via hot air balloon.
Yeah, I mean, basically, picture the first airships as like the first planes, and then consider the ones in the current time as like, your modern aircraft and such.
Yeah.
Like that's
So
that's
so
the
for-
difference between between when Pterodon happened and now. Like,
So for Gregory, this is like going from
Yeah, what's
only knowing
Gregory's
about.
reaction to this?
Yeah. So for Gregory, is this like going from only knowing about like the Wright brothers to seeing like a Concorde or something or a jumbo jet?
Kind of. There were ships of the size that just flew over. And I can say this because the Pterodon War was very well documented. But they were
By you.
not as quick. Yes, by me.
By you.
But in terms of the world's lore, the Pterodon War was very well recorded between both sides.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it basically caused another age. So
But
Is it like one of those things where it's like America versus Britain? Where it's like
Be
America's
careful what you
crowning
said,
achievement is the Revolutionary War, and then Britain like barely talks about it.
no, it'd be more of akin to like say World War II,
Yeah.
which everyone talked about and had a huge loss of life and destruction.
listen, I mean, it's you guys who have a chip on your shoulder about the war about the war for Southern Canada, not us.
Eh.
Anyway, to answer your question, Gregory's just kind of just looking at it. Again, he's got his helmet on, so you can't see his facial expression.
What about like body language?
He seems a bit tense, but that might just be the adrenaline still going out of his system.
All right.
How
How
far
you
away
feel?
are we from town? Like an hour or so, maybe.
Judging by the distance, it would take you about an hour or two, yeah.
And what time is it?
At this point, it is coming to late afternoon, early evening.
Okay.
You basically set off around midday, and it takes half a day to get from Noble's Rest to Eckster by horse.
All right.
I'm hearing
What
static
is that?
coming from
Oh.
somebody.
Yeah.
Who is it?
It's
coming from you,
looks like
Shakes.
It's from. Yeah,
Oh, is it?
looks like it.
Hello?
Okay.
Yep.
Seems like it's gone
Yeah.
now.
Hi.
Yeah, there we go.
Hello.
Is everything fine?
All right.
Now it is, yeah.
Seems like it. Okay.
Okay, good.
Then I
Okay,
guess
well,
we're just gonna start heading back.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Anyone want to play a
So-
game? I got chess and some cards.
Someone.
I'm assuming
I'll-
Evie's just tied up in the corner so she doesn't do something stupid.
I'll play against you. in
I don't
Dragon
know,
Chess.
Joshua. What are you
Nice.
doing with Evelyn? Are you just like keeping her there, or?
What should I do?
tie
Evelyn?
her up. Tie her up. No.
Okay, looks like seems like Florian and Dustin are gonna play Dragon Chess. I think it's pretty much just chess, isn't it? Just Dragon.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
It had to be special.
Sure.
Are there any roles we can determine who wins?
Can I want? Can I hog tie, Evelyn and just sling her over my shoulder?
So you're just gonna have her on your shoulder while you're in the cart?
Well, let's just roll
Oh
d20
god, no.
to see
Okay,
who
so
wins.
I'll do that when when we stop at X.
Wait,
but for
don't
now-
all gaming sets have like an attribute? Can't you just roll that? Oh shit.
Oh well.
At best, I think maybe it's intelligence check.
Wait, what were you
Uh,
rolling
Because
for?
I have my dice set and it's charisma.
Wait,
I'm
that's
just
it.
rolling to see who wins between.
I would say
us.
it'd be more wisdom for Dragon Chess because logic is about wisdom and such.
Yep.
Yeah.
Move one.
Either way, I have some of the better mental stats for the non-cap.
Yeah.
No,
All right. So I need someone to be the person that
Resounding
directs them through. I need someone to do an animal handling. So I need someone to do a survival check, someone to do an animal handling check, and someone to do a perception check.
I'll do perception.
I'll do survival.
I'll
Okay.
do animal handling since Delson is playing chess.
what are the options?
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's fine. They've already won.
Oh,
The horses, like, they move forward, but after it appears that they seem to be a bit spooked after the cockatrice fight. So they're moving at a bit of a slower rate, so it'll take you a bit longer. It'll probably be nightfall by the time that you arrive at Eckster at this rate.
Good thing we can all see in the dark.
Except
Yes, in the
Floriana
dark.
and Gregory.
Wah.
Am I really the only one who does not have any form of dark vision?
In terms of the actual party, yes. In terms of the current people that are here right now, Gregory doesn't have dark vision.
Thought maybe he might actually because he's undead. It's
He's not special enough.
he's not special enough despite being a very special undead type.
He can, however, make music by rattling his bones.
I can tell that I'm flesh here, so no.
That was out of character, though.
He has the power of spooks.
I mean,
alright.
you could at least place something on his teeth.
He has the ability to lean on the fourth wall. He can hear us talking out of character.
Alright, so you continue on your journey. Florian and Delson, you continue to play dragon chess. Gregory actually joins you at one point, taking basically swapping off with whoever loses.
Me.
Alright, so Floriana, go ahead and roll an intelligence check to see if you beat him or not.
You decided to do intelligence then?
Yeah. Oh no, wisdom even. Wisdom. Forget I said anything.
Matter, I did that in both.
Natural 20 for Gregory.
Fucking hell.
That's good, 'cause he's got a -1 on his wisdom.
He is truly the
He's a
chess
paladin,
master.
but he has -1 wisdom?
Well, that
Isn't
works.
I don't
Charisma's...
understand how you guys can play that game. I've never understood it.
Really? It's easy, though.
Just play cards.
I don't know. I just don't get it. My brother was a big fan, though.
Really? If we were to ever meet, I would have to play him.
Oh, you would most certainly lose.
Dragon chess is a bit of an antiquated thing. It's something that people like or don't like. He says this as he basically checkmates you, Floriana.
Some of the old
Yeah,
folk,
chess.
some of the old folk I used to know used to play it all the time, but then again, it was sort of dwarven tradition that every game ends with a flipped table and a black eye.
Never before have I seen the 5-move checkmate.
Well, this is
Until
this
now.
is like the game that's taking place over the course of like a couple of minutes, like a few tens of minutes and such.
I've never had a dragon chess till now. I just googled it. It looks fucking intense.
It's an actual thing that exists.
Yeah. Look at dragon chess. It's a real thing.
As everybody just opens up a new tab.
Dragon
And
chess
I
is
just
Oh my
did.
god, it is.
Oh wow, it is
Here's a-
cool.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
here's a quick thing.
It's
Dragon chess, the
Yeah.
three-dimensional fantasy chess variant created by Gary Gygax, so this relies in D&D. Co-creator
curse
of the-
you,
yeah.
Gary Gynax.
You can play it in real life, yeah.
Cool.
Air, land, subterranean.
Oh wow, yeah, that looks
I don't have a-
complicated.
I don't know
Anyway,
if I carry this. I
I
don't know
don't
if
know.
I carry a chess set like this then.
I don't know. Anyway,
Very cool.
so it takes you until at this point. By the time you arrive, the sun is down, the moons are starting to rise, but you are now at one of the gates of Eckster, the same one which you have routinely gone in and out of. There are still guards there, and you can see anyone that comes through does get checked over.
Oh great. Now we have to get the dead one checked out. That's gonna be fun.
Oh shit. Oh, okay.
I mean,
Are
unless
we
it's
at the gate that I had? Like, they saw my certificate.
Yes.
Okay, great. Then, considering Gregory's circumstances, I will go to the guard and just tell him, that he's with me.
even
Which
asked.
guard?
The guard that saw me before, is he here?
He is not.
Dang it, Mr. German man.
would it really be this much trouble?
Don't you still
unless-
have your birth certificate?
Yep.
Of course I have my
Status
birth
paper.
certificate. I carry it with me everywhere.
You have it
Okay,
laminated.
I'll go ahead
between one
and
and two.
take out my certificate. Like, my whole thing is that I'm supposed to be undercover, and
Well,
I'm
that's not
just
gonna work.
failing at it badly.
Yep.
he takes the scroll and just the guard that comes up. This is a rather, you can tell he's just, even though he doesn't have like a full helmet on, you can tell that it's a half orc that is just kind of casually leaning on a kite shield as he just kind of like opens up the parchment, just looks at it a bit, just like, we got the stack again, shakes.
Yeah.
What?
The static.
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell does this keep happening?
Does C2,
Why does my
does
microphone
Sword
hate
2
me?
have a bull haircut?
No, he does not have. He does not have a bowl haircut. You can't see his hair because he has a helmet
What are you guys
on.
in bowl haircuts?
I mean, someone could try and take the helmet off of him.
Don't.
Yeah, but then
The,
he, like,
the only
punches
the
my
only
face.
hair the only hair that you can see is that he does have a mustache. Pure black.
An
He's
orc
the
with a
evil
mustache.
twin.
An orc with a mustache just sounds weird.
Like he just like beckons to one of the guards. He just shows it. They mutter to each other. And he just rolls up and hands it to you. Right. You can go in. The others need to go through the checks as required.
Why? They're my escorts.
He just kind of looks over all of them and just turns to you and says, "So a rather odd selection of escorts."
Are we having too much trouble? I could maybe roll a check to like bluff.
Well,
bluff or something.
stop it, Evie. I see you.
Yep.
Well, you very well can't let me go into the city by myself. At least let me take one.
We have many guards that can take you to where you need to go.
Is Tom cutting out for anyone else, or is it just me that's cutting out?
I think it's just you. He's working fine for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Okay. So like I. Okay. Sorry. Look, mate. Let me try disconnecting from the call and going back in, because that sometimes my internet
Alright.
itself seems fine.
I just don't know how Gregory is going to respond to them. Can I look over to him and see how he's like moving, I guess, or like his expression or something?
Still has his helmet on, so you can't see his expression. Let's see. Going by that. Okay. All right.
Can I use thaumaturgy really quick to make some tremors? Small distraction.
How is that gonna help?
I don't know.
I think my best idea is just to. I don't know.
Yeah, you guys can try something. That's all I got. I played the noble card. It's not working.
Don't we have anything?
Well, we just say that we're a group of.
So
adventurers.
Gregory, you
that we're
watch
from the
as
city.
Gregory just kind of like slowly stands up and just jumps off the cart before he walks up to the half orc. He kind of
Oh,
like
God.
you see he just like takes his helmet off and just like again, even minus the mark on his face, he does look human and such. He just kind of like takes the helmet off, leans close into the orc and says, "You are speaking to a paladin of Brightspark. Under her grace, I order you to let us through."
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
This should go very
It's an
well.
intimidation check.
Yeah, it's like that's what I thought. I was like, that's a pretty intimidating. It sounds pretty.
Yeah.
it's okay.
The
You know,
half orc kind of just like steps back, like gives him a once over on his armor before he just like hefts up his shield, like stands up and says, "My apologies, paladin. Open the gate, let them in." You can see just from this half orc that he is crapping himself. Rolled a 15 on intimidation.
Nice.
Wait, you rolled only a 15?
Yeah.
Or is that like pretty good for
I'll kind of
Oh, 15's high.
look to
Ah.
Gregory and give like a nod of
Ah.
respect.
I mean, it seems kind
Yeah.
of low. Doesn't Nemesis also have like a +6 to intimidate or something?
What?
No, she's not proficient in it, so she just
I,
has
I
a
mean-
4.
I mean, Gregory isn't, but
I've got +3.
yeah, but the DC's also dictating who does it. Because obviously,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gregory is a
There we go.
Ronin and a paladin of Brightspark, which are two very big things in Eckster. So that would actively have
Sorry
affected
if
the
you hear
DC.
a cat purring. My cat has joined the session.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
joined the stray cat and Eckster.
Yeah, but he didn't
Eckster,
say he was
which
a
one?
freaking Ronin noble that basically like, well, who are you? It's like, I am the patriarch that died 700 years ago. It's like, what?
That's why
Like,
he
what?
just said he was a paladin of Price Spark, and he still has the armor on. So,
Indeed. Yeah.
right, so the door opens, and you are allowed into the city through the in the main road. It is rather empty because many of the inhabitants are basically finishing up for the day. So, what do you all do?
Well, I think we have to take our horses to like the stable and stuff, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, Gregory, how does the town look?
Yeah.
At this point, he has his helmet just off completely, so you can see he's just frowning, and he's like, "I'm not sure how they did it, how they got the town as big as this. Maybe I have been gone longer than I thought." He's just like kind of looking with a frown on his his brows furrowed and such. All right, so you make your way through to the Roots district. You do once again see a few Skulldiggers, but they pay you no mind. And eventually you make it. Well, yeah, because I got no qualms with you now. So you make it to the stable. The stable hand that greeted you originally is not here, but there is another stable hand there that's happy to take the horses away for you. So keep in mind, it is 5 silver per horse per night.
Okay, now that's nighttime robbery.
A gold per night.
Yes, basically.
Okay. Do we have to pay that now, or can we pay that later when we pick them up?
Are you asking that to me, the DM, or to the stable hand?
I guess the stable hand.
Right. The stable hand just kind of like looks a bit confused. Just says, "Right, well, look, I'm gonna need the gold for at least this night. But I tell you what, if you're fine with it, then when you come back to get your horses, then we'll keep a tab on how many nights they've spent and how much you owe us. Yeah."
Alright, that's perfectly fine.
But I'm still gonna need that gold for the night one, like right now.
Yep, I will go ahead and give him that.
Go.
I mean, it's not like I'm short on cash, I just don't know how long we're gonna be here.
All right. So he unhitches the horses from the cart. Gregory actually helps him like move the cart into a sort of warehouse. And the horses are placed in their own stable because thankfully not all the stables are completely used up at the moment.
Since all the paladins left.
It seems that they were the ones that were hogging most of them. Alright, so where do you head to now?
Back to the tavern?
Yeah.
Well,
Can
Well,
we
does
turn in our
Gregory
request, or
have
we have to wait till?
anywhere that he wants to go before we settle in for the night?
Yeah, can we probably can't
Yeah.
turn in the quest till tomorrow, can we?
He
Or
kind
close or
of
something.
just looks around. It's just like, I'd rather explore at night. I imagine those with answers probably would be asleep by now.
Okay, I guess just if you do go around talking, I guess just be careful to not say you're the noble from 700 years ago. Are you starting to believe us on that? Maybe at least been some good number of years.
Potentially. 700 seems a bit absurd.
What about 50?
Still a bit absurd. I don't feel much
He doesn't-
older.
Yeah, because he doesn't feel like a 70-year-old. I bet he's gonna believe what, like a decade maybe?
Or 2?
So
I would think at the most I was out for maybe 5 years. But that wouldn't explain the city. I'll find my answers tomorrow.
There, like, a hall of records or something, or somewhere where there'd be, like, a list of notable members of the Rhoda family. We can say, look, this is when you died.
museum.
Or, like, yeah,
Would
like
it
a
be bad
museum.
if we take him to the family?
Travnar wouldn't
There.
know on that one because he's not too
Yeah, I wouldn't.
familiar. The only one that would
Yeah,
We're
probably...
making more of you artsy-fartsy ponces now.
Everyone's probably asleep, though.
Oh, no.
Yeah, most of the
What
buildings
time
are
is it again?
closed.
What time is it again, Tom?
At this point, it is in the nighttime. You would say probably maybe like 9 or 10 o'clock, so any establishments would be closed at this point, probably, except for the ones that are
Oh my
open.
gosh, Quinn, get off of me.
Minus the ones that would be, you know, open 24/7, like say the Plane Hunters Guild is,
Or the pub?
or the inns. Yes.
I think we
She's
should
nuzzling my face. Help.
Why would we
Oh,
do
she
that?
loves you.
That's really cute.
Oh my god.
Okay.
What's
Yes,
that?
my
Yeah,
cat has invaded us.
Local
I shall
princess
try to-
attacked by cat.
I shall try to feed
Funny, because
Stray
like
cats
she's
again?
a princess herself.
Okay, Delson, animal handling check.
What?
He just said that he's going to try and feed stray cats again.
Really? You want to sit on me?
Alright. Any cats that you see are rather cautious of you. Like, they don't let you get close to them, and they don't get close to you. Alright, so, where do you guys all go?
I guess we're heading to the tavern for the night, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright.
Which tavern? Because there's 2 that you know of.
The one that we were
Raven's
before,
Call.
Ravenholm?
Raven's Call.
Ravenhold.
Yeah,
Ravenhold is from WoW.
Thank you.
the one that isn't the
I
front
know,
of the
I
map,
know. Ravenholm is in WoW, sorry.
Yep.
I knew that, and I don't even play WoW. Alright, so, you make your way to the Raven's Call. It's a bit more lively than normal. There's quite a few Patreons in there. But you can see Brynjolf is still just hood up, just occasionally talking with a few of the patrons and handing out drinks.
Is it because he finally got out the smell of the bugbear dick?
You don't know.
yeah.
Maybe.
Okay,
Right, he's getting the first round in.
oh god, you're drinking again?
Yeah, it's a pub. Of course I'm going to be drinking.
I'm gonna get the rooms,
Alright.
and then I shall proceed to tell people the tale of how an idiot collector almost got themselves killed.
Right, so what do you want?
Yep.
Buying us drinks. Glass of red wine then.
I shall regale the table
Wine.
of playing an instrument.
Delson! What do you want to drink?
No, just give me a normal ale.
2 ales, red wine. Oi, princess!
Yes.
You drinking?
Despite you giving me the urge to. No.
Right.
Alright, so
No, Evie, you're bald. Gloriana, you having anything, love?
I'm the one who said wine.
Oh,
I
of
think
course
you're
you are,
referring to
sorry.
Gratian.
He's already drunk.
I always
No.
thought. Sorry, I used to forget he's talking. Sorry.
That's fine.
Aye, Gratian. What do you fancy, mate?
Surprise me.
Okay, water.
I'll take water too.
You're getting fuck all. And Gregory, what are you fancying, mate?
I think I'll just retire for the night.
Oh, really?
Same
Come
as
Come
on.
on, hang out with us for a little bit.
Hey.
I'll take his water.
How much is it for a room? Like 3 gold?
No, it's not. The Ravens Call is fancy, but not that fancy. It is 3 copper a night. Ale is 5 copper. Wine is 1 silver.
Okay.
1
I
silver.
remember paying like
Fancy
3
wine.
gold. Okay.
Just give him a gold and I'll cover away everything.
Yeah, I'll just give
I
him
suppose.
gold. I have money to spare. I want to go sleep and take a bath.
Yep.
'Cause even with my ring, I need to scrub off the dirt of the dead.
Wait, hold on. I've just realised.
Hmm?
Is water sanitary enough in this world to drink?
But
You can
Yes.
certainly find out.
Because I'm just thinking, it was a big thing basically until very, very recently in human history.
Yeah.
Everyone drank beer with water, basically, because water was so foul and full of horribleness.
You can
And
certainly
that's why
find
your
out.
people like tea.
Actually, that's a major theory of why the
Huh?
industrial revolution happened in Britain
Oh,
is because
I'm in a game
Yeah.
right
we
now.
were healthy because we were boiling our water.
Playing D&D.
Okay, so you want water, and so 1 water, 2 ales, red wine. I'm missing anyone.
that's good.
Yourself. With your 900k.
Alright, okay, so I go up to the bar and just say my order and put down 1 gold to cover it.
All right, lad. Just starts pouring out the drinks and such. So Nemesis, you retire into your room, which,
Yep.
after mentioning it out loud, Brunov just say, I'll make sure that there's a bath in there, lass.
Oh, thank God. Oh, bath.
And I come back with my ale.
All right.
I
So,
proceed to regale the people of the tale.
make a
Evie.
charisma check to see how well you explain it.
Hey, are you guys gonna get your
Hopefully
drinks?
he's not singing it.
No, he's not
Yeah.
singing it, but he
I thought
is.
you were bringing it.
But it is charisma to see how well he does.
I'm doing you guys a favour, but I'm not a fucking barmaid. Get it yourself.
All right.
Go
You go into this extravagant detail. As a bard, you do tend to overdramatize some things a little bit. So while it is an accurate retelling, you do obviously add a few bits of flavor here and there.
Please.
But you do entrance quite a few of the Patreons. You know, as you talk about like the swarm just charging in. You make it sound like the swarm is like 10 times the size it actually was. So you get a lot of like, ooh, whoa.
For your services, you get 15 gold.
All right, so Gregory's retired for the night. Nemesis, I assume, is currently in a bath. What's everyone else doing? Like, is there anything you guys are doing before we fast forward to the morning?
Yep.
The only
probably-
thing as heavenly as Nemesis. A bath.
Oh,
heck,
I was probably just sipping my wine while Delson regaled the tale.
Yep.
Probably most of us. I don't know.
I don't
Stevie,
know,
do you have any response? Do you have any response to him regaling the tale of your idiocy? I guess it's.
I don't know. I'm trying to think what's the least stupid thing that Evie could be doing right now. She's just gonna sit there and drink.
Drink and listen to the tale of you being an idiot.
Cheering at her own stupidity.
The charisma check was so good. Even you are impressed by your.
Thankfully, Delsin does not refer to the cleric by name.
Yep.
Are you
I'd
sure?
imagine.
Intelligence check.
I guess that technically would be his choice to say if he wants to specifically mention.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
No,
I get the
no,
feel.
I
I get the
will
feel. I get the feeling Dom would have said he wouldn't have mentioned
Yeah.
the name.
Yep. I will not mention the name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Do you even
yeah,
mention it?
we only got killed by this one really dumb cleric. She sat right here, by the way. Her name's Evelyn. She's really funny.
Listen, glass, huzzah!
All right.
Right. Just out of curiosity, what are the other patrons of the tavern doing right now? Are there like games going on? Are there people?
Yeah. So
arm
there's
wrestling, or
conversations.
what's
There's
going
talking. Make a perception check to see like how much of everything you can see.
Can I make one too?
Yep. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty good.
So Drafnar, you just see people just entranced by Delsin's story. Evelyn,
Okay.
you can see there's some people that just have no interest whatsoever. You can see some of them are playing cards. You do see a few people arm wrestling, and actually, yeah, that's a 25. So you actually see in the corner a familiar face with a large tankard. Even for him, you can see Graduma. Just
I'm gonna
chugging
go
down
say
from an
hi.
ale.
Yay!
All right.
Names. Which one's he again?
Yeah, who's
The
running
Plain
again?
Hunter Grandmaster.
The one
yeah.
we went to go keep from being bored.
Yeah, the one who was bored to death.
Oh, the
from-
guy we
I'm not
relieved.
the only one that forgets names.
Yeah,
That-
He
guys.
who probably eats bears for breakfast.
And has, I believe, dragon skull shoulder pads.
Yes. Although you can see that the dragon skull that's on his shoulder is actually on the table right now because he. It looks like he was. It looks like it'd be something that wouldn't be very easy to lean back on. So he's just kind of got
funny
the shoulder pad just on the table.
It'd be funny if that instead it's like the reason why is just drinking out of the skull because it made it a cup as well.
No, he's just got a massive tankard, big even for like someone his size. And as you ride, you can see just like how he's kind of like swaying a bit. He is a little bit on the tipsy side. He just like drinks. So he's like, ah. Hey, I know you. You're the
It seems more than tipsy.
you're the group that what were you doing again? I remember you from somewhere.
We were there to help you out. I was the one that impressively kicked the undead head.
Ah, yeah, that was a good kick. Yeah. So what brings you back here then? Thought you were just chilling out with the undead.
Almost became part of the dead on the way back. You know, relaxing.
Yeah. So, normal day for a plain hunter.
How many pounds of bones did I end up getting?
Oh my god.
You didn't get a full pile, but you got like most of the ribcage of a human.
really
You
wanted
got a
to
few
react.
of the ram bones and such.
I kind of wanted to really act. And it's like, oh, yeah. So it's like to react to the story. It's like, oh, so that was you guys.
He doesn't seem to be paying any attention to the story.
That sucks. It's like that'd been pretty great. It's like
Also, Evelyn, you forgot to mention the fact that you nearly killed us all trying to. We were nearly killed by some fucking fireflies.
I said we nearly died on the way back. That's as much as we're gonna get into right now.
Wait. While we're off things, can I take this time to try and discern if the gallbladder of a cockatrice that I have gotten has any magical properties?
Magical properties. Make an Arcana check.
I just had a really bad idea.
And by magical, I mean you in alchemy.
Well, if it's alchemy, then it's medicine, and that's not magic. That's not so much
Okay.
a magical property.
Hmm. I shall do the medicine to see if it has alchemical properties.
some of the consolidation of the skills is sometimes neat, but some of them become a little more confusing. It's like when there used to be literally a specific skill called alchemy.
You're not too sure? You think that maybe something can be done with it? Because again, how does this cockatrice digest stuff if it turns into stone? You're not too sure if it's the gallbladder that's the cause of it.
I forget. Did I try a check on it before when? Because you could ask me to do it, because I actually am.
No, you didn't.
Hmm.
Oh no, you did, but you rolled really low.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I might have, because you think he was looking at it, so I thought I'd check it out.
Yeah, I think you rolled like a
Problem is-
2.
Yeah. The problem is all of my medicinal-based supplies are, like, basic
Herbs.
first aid and
Yeah.
herbs.
Yeah, well, you're
And maybe-
identifying it's better with herbs than it is with organs.
And maybe identifying things that you cure with poison.
Essentially. But yes, to answer your question, Evelyn, you didn't get like a full skeleton, but you did get some human bones, some ram bones. You weren't able to get any horse bones because they were too big.
But I did get lizard teeth.
Mm-hmm.
There are arm wrestlers there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
I want
god.
to play a game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of thought about gambling.
I mean, I'm in
Yeah,
an
I
armor
know.
wrestling mood, to be fair.
I don't know how comfortable the random guys are just gonna be with trying to gamble from someone who looks like a 14, 15, or something, a little kid.
What?
You can certainly ask.
Wait, can I actually use my alchemy kit for once?
Sure.
Okay. I am
What are you
choosing.
doing?
I shall
However,
be
if you're
making
going to use the alchemy kit to see if you can ascertain it, be warned, if you do use the alchemy kit, this is essentially you taking it apart or draining it and such.
Yeah, you'd probably maybe do it like overnight or something.
Yeah,
Maybe not in the middle of the tavern where you might like poison someone by accident.
I'll do it in
Deadly.
my room.
Okay, so it's one of you's looking for arm wrestling, one of you's looking for gambling, and what's the other one doing?
Wait, so
Yeah, I think I'll look for. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm after like
Kill
I'm
some
after
time.
armor wrestle. I need to state my claim here.
So two of you are looking around to arm wrestle, yeah?
Yeah.
Aye.
And
Okay.
I am trying to do alchemy.
Alright, so we'll say if you're going to do alchemy then, Delson, then we'll say you retreat into your room to do the alchemy. So go ahead and make so essentially that would be making a medicine check plus your proficiency bonus. So go ahead and do that.
Wait, so what I get +2, then my roll.
Yeah,
Just click
basically.
on the medicine check before we do it. I'd say.
5. Unfortunately, as you try to like drain the gallbladder, your fingers slip on the liquid, and it just with a wet splat just lands on the floor. You have lost the gallbladder. I did warn.
Well, you
Can
work
I-
with that
Can I at
proficiency
least
check, but-
clean? Can I at least clean up after my mistake?
Yeah, you're able to clean it up. You're just able to get some water from a basin and just kind of like just slosh it over and kind of wash it. You throw the gallbladder into the fire basically, because at this point it's like it's got nothing in it except just like a little bit of liquid, nothing much to use.
Can I
Okay,
use the time to actually make something that I know how to make?
what is it that you're trying to make?
I want to try to make alchemist fire.
All right, how long does that take to
Alright.
make?
It will take a day.
Right, so you can make it, but this would mean that you would get absolutely no sleep and you would suffer a point of exhaustion.
Huh.
Because when it says a day, it means a day.
Like 24 hours.
Yes.
Or
Or
maybe
essentially,
like a day.
a day, a normal day that you'd spend awake.
Yeah.
hello.
So you can start working on making alchemical fire, but as I said, this means that you would get no sleep, and you would suffer a point of exhaustion because of it.
If he's gone off on his job, is there a chance he will burn down the tavern?
I don't put those kind of checks in because that would just add an extra layer of annoyance to it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
Because
because
then we
he's
burn
spending
down
so.
taverns.
It's kind of like because you're spending so much time. There's like no luck related to it.
Yeah, because you have to be, you basically being extremely careful to make sure it comes out right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as I said, if that's what you want to do, by all means, just be sure to add a point of exhaustion if you do. If not, then obviously don't. So, Gratian
Forget it.
and Trofnar, you guys look around for people to arm wrestle, and there are a couple. You can see a human and a dragonborn that are arm wrestling. You can see another Goliath, much smaller than Gradimer, is arm wrestling with a elf, and you actually see a gnome arm wrestling with a dwarf.
No chance.
You know, it just depends. Maybe the dwarf's a wizard and the dome's a fighter.
So let's go ahead. Let's see.
You dwarfs have fighters.
You watch
dwarves
as
have
the
wizards.
Dragonborn, like, he's gritting his teeth. He eventually just slams the human's arm down onto the side. He's just like, "Ah!" And by all means, feel free to say what you guys do while these arm
Wait, so
wrestles
the
are
Dragonborn
complete.
one.
The Dragonborn one against a human. As I said, by all means, say if you guys are doing anything.
Can I go up and try to arm wrestle the Dragonborn?
Sure. So with the second one, they're still going at it, and the halfling versus the dwarf.
I thought it was a no. I thought it was a no.
You can't like watch as the halfling's arm starts to give out before you just see a huge smile creep across his face, and the halfling just whack smashes the dwarf's arm on the other side. And you just see the dwarf just there, like just staring at his arm in shock. Okay, so Drafnar, you're going to go up against the Dragonborn.
Strength check.
Well, first, Merce, as you arrive, he's just there like, what is it you want?
I want to take you on an arm wrestle, friend.
I like you already. Come up here.
Hold on. Can I follow Trofnar and try to make it for money?
As in, you're betting?
What do you
Yes.
want to stand on
I'll
him winning?
wait to get my hype man.
Let's see.
Like Paul Heyman to my Brock Lesnar.
Damn right. I don't know.
Or the
We'll just say you follow on for now.
brother loved man.
So the dwarf, so the Dragonborn, you see it's a red Dragonborn. Just kind of like places elbow on, he's just there, just with a big grin as you basically hold, you basically get yourself into position as well as you just hold, you like push against each other lightly as you get ready. The human that had previously lost against the Dragonborn, just like is between the two, he says, "Ready? Go!" Strength check.
Yay.
That is a 13. 20. You instantly start pushing against his arm as he starts to like give a bit. You can see he's just like, his eyes widen a bit at the sun frosting. Tries to push back a bit. He's able to stop you from pushing it all the way through. Make another strength check.
I should do arm wrestling with a -2 to strength.
20.
Wow.
Wow.
Just slam him down in the
He
ground
like
right
starts pushing back before you just casually just slam his arm against the side. It's like, ugh! Ugh! Ah!
away. With such force, you break the entire table. That'd be pretty
Right.
big, but
Because the natural 20 in a contest is 2 successes with these.
Forget it. Right.
Kind of even a music playing for there as well. Okay, fine.
Want to go for round 2, friend, or can you, or do you not think your ego is going to take another hit?
Yeah. I don't really care about winning or losing, so I'm fine with another round. But he just puts his overarm up.
All right, friend, you're lost.
Can I throw a couple of gold into a bet for Trofnar?
All right. So how much gold are you putting in?
I'll throw in 3.
3 gold. So you put 3 gold, and everyone, because keep in mind, 3 gold to the normal people for a bet is
That's
quite
a lot of money.
quite a bit.
And
That's
I'm
like-
gonna spare.
Is that kind of like going to the racetrack and like slamming down a 50 quid?
Yeah, basically. And then at that point, it's like you see the human just go, all right then. I'm gonna put 3 into Jonas here. He points to the Dragonborn.
Ooh.
For copper there, he wins. He like puts 3, and then you just start hearing a few people just like muttering. You hear like the clinking of a few coins as they start to bet, as they start to basically bet. All right, so if that's the case then. As everyone just starts paying, just sees who goes, all right, Ray, go. Strength check.
Yay. Nice.
20. He got a 20 as well. He got a 20 as well. So you instantly like start, and compared to the start, you like both evenly matched, just pushing against each other. There's no real progress made. Go ahead and make another strength check.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna roll 24 again.
I'll try.
18. You start to slowly push him to the sides, like. You can see he's like the veins in his armor, like even with his scales, you can sort of see that he's like, his arm's shaking from it. Another strength check.
Ouch.
13 for him. So you like start pushing. It's like pushes you back into the middle. At this point, everyone's starting to like just cheer. You can hear some people saying, "Yeah, go on, dwarf, go on," and such. But you can hear Moore's just saying, "Yeah, Jonas, Jonas." Clearly, Jonas is a common Patreon here.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make another strength check.
Did I click on it?
Nope, you didn't. Natural 1. Ooh.
Crap, I think I'm gonna lose it, right?
You start.
Today.
You're like trying to push hard, but then like you feel a twinge in your arm, and suddenly you're not fully there, but your knuckles are close to hitting the side. And you see Jonas just say, "Gotcha this time, dwarf." Another strength check.
Holy shit, okay.
Are you making a turtle?
13. What do you mean making a
am.
turtle? Oh. Alright, he's drawing on that.
You
You like feel a bit more pushing, but you're able to just keep your arm from moving further down. You got 13 as well. Go ahead and make another roll.
This is the most like intense arm wrestling match I've ever seen.
It's a pretty
You
started failing
you
badly.
feel his strength start to give out a little bit as you're able to push your arm a bit more upwards, but he's still got you on the edge. Another strength check.
Bob.
Okay. 13. Again, it's like okay, so you're pushing forward and then you're just kind of like lessening a bit so he makes some more progress back, but you're still staying at where it is. Another strength check.
Jesus Christ, okay.
Come on, Trotnar.
13.
Oh.
You think you're starting to make some headway, but then he like starts pushing you back again, and you've almost got your knuckles on the side of the table again. You can see Jonas. There is sweat coming from his brow, and Evelyn and such. You can see as well that Trofnar is sweating quite profusely at the effort on this.
Can this episode of the D&D session please be called Arm WrestleMania?
I mean, I'll think about it. It depends on what else happens. Make another strength check.
No!
You start pushing back, and you can see he's just struggling before he just says, "Sorry, mate," and your arm slams against the table.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then my sacrifice by Creed starts playing. Yeah.
Boys, that's 1-1. We need a tiebreaker.
Hey.
Oh, you want one more then, eh?
Hey, come on.
All right. He puts his left arm up again.
Let's do this.
At this point, you actually hear like some heavy footsteps as you can actually see Gradimer has just kind of walked up and he's leaning against the post, just looking.
Seems we've got ourselves a crowd.
Yeah, I got nothing better to do. I finished my drink.
Enough.
All right, let's see what you got. Make a strength check.
Oh my god.
Could be like a lightning round. Rolling that 20. He rolls in that 1.
I mean, that would be the case. So you just, at this point, you start pushing against each other. At this point, even though you guys have had this previous one, the arms that you're using are still tied, so you're able to slowly, very slowly start pushing your arm toward it. Basically you get a bit of an edge there. So go ahead and make another strength check. Natural 20.
Yes! Not 20. For like 3 other net ones.
Alright. So he's just there, like, you just see him just as your arm, as you just smack his knuckles against the side.
Oh my god.
And you actually see as he like stands up, he like stands up, and you actually see his arm dangling useless next to him. He's like, "What the fuck?" Ah! You essentially, because he rolled a natural 1, you accidentally broke his arm,
Oh my goodness.
or at least you badly
I'll step
hurt
in
his.
and do some cure wounds for him.
Yeah. I'm celebrating, going like, yeah, I'm the fucking champion. I'll take all of you. And then they're like, oh fuck, and then I like look at him. He's like, and I'm like, oh, are you right? Are you right, mate? Oh,
The cure
shit,
wound
sorry.
spell happens. He's like, I'm pretty sure I'll be fine.
Still, you're very good, mate. Well, no, I feel breaking your arm.
It's fine. Ain't been the first time. But I think that's me for the night.
Hold on. Tell you what, let me buy you a drink, and I was say sorry.
I'd like that. He just kind of like sits down and
Alright,
leans back.
What's it, poison?
It's just an ale will do.
Aye, good man. Go up and buy 2 ales. Bring them both back.
Alright, so that's a, how much was it again? It is a silver for the 2 ales.
Okay.
I half expect Trossinar to just like sit down by him and drink both the ales at the same time.
Yeah. I sit down. I put. I sit down. Put his ale right in front of him, and literally staring him dead in the eye. I just my entire pint and slam it down in about 10 seconds.
This is now an ale drinking contest.
He takes the ale, just like
God.
gives it a small sniff before he just downs it in one go. And just
Oh my god.
How much would it be for the drinks the size that Gradomir had?
that would be you actually asking, Brynjolf?
Yes. Yes, I'm actually asking.
Well, he's a plain hunter, so it's normally the same price, but I suppose I can give it you for about 7 copper each.
I'll take 4 of them for these 2 over here for a drinking contest.
What was the drink that
It's basically,
Oh my
it seems
God.
to appear to be ale, it's just the size is like big even for him.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it was like, I don't know, ring coal from Mass Effect or something. If you
Alright.
if you know the Krogan ale, that's basically jet fuel.
Yeah.
Alright, so he places these 4 large tankards down and just starts filling them up with ale. Let's see if Gradam actually spots this. He does. he
I'll add
glances
2 for
over.
him as well. Just tell me the price.
Oh, yeah, he just like walks up. He just looks at him. He just looks at you and says, "You're not planning on you didn't drink it all that, are you?"
Well, I mean, I'll take 4 for me. I'll give 2 to you.
That's fine.
Oh,
You
yeah,
done?
take 2.
It's fine. It's fine. I get a discount here anyway. Hey, Brynjolf, 2 more.
Yay!
He places them down and just pours in, more and more, to the point where essentially he goes through several bottles of ale. And just eventually he's like, here. Because of the size of them, you would only be able to carry 2, and even then it'd be a bit difficult.
Thank God we have the strong one next to us.
Yeah, so you take 2 and just Granum are just like, yeah, there we go.
Can I please have the price so I can subtract it, though?
So it's 7 copper each for you. He went ahead and he bought his own 2. So that is 2 gold.
Just tell me with gold.
Yeah, I'm just thinking it's free gold and you'll get some back. I think 20. Yeah, it's 3 gold and you'll get 2 silver back.
Thank you.
All right. So as he's just holding to, so where to?
The 2 idiots over there that are going to be having a drinking contest.
Can I hear this?
You make a perception check.
Okay, perception check.
15. Okay. You do hear the words "drinking contest."
I mean, can I tell my new Dragonborn friend? Has he heard it too?
Nope, he doesn't hear it.
And so, like, I'm guessing we're sort of doing like small talk back and forth. But I just sort of say, not sure if you're aware of this, friend, but I think I'm here with a bunch of absolute fucking morons, and I think they've had the idea between them that we should have a drinking contest.
Oh, sure, like you're against the drinking contest.
And at this point, like, you all plop down the ears. It's like, you just see Jonas just like, I don't think I can win that. At this point, Gradimus speaks up, says, "Well, it's by all means. If you don't want to take part, I'll just have the drinking contest against this one myself."
Well, okay, I mean...
Time to find Trofnar in the stables again.
I mean, to be fair, I've been winning drinking contests since, before this century, so... if you're not game, I'm sure someone here is.
I would be more than happy. He just, like, pulls a chair and just sits on it. It's like...
Wait, what did you say, Paige?
Yes, I gave the turtle a fez.
Talking about the turtle.
Oh, okay, I thought you were talking about the drinking contest.
Right.
God damn it, okay.
Okay.
Can you draw a bow tie and give it a sonic screwdriver? So it's like a Dr. Who title.
Jonah speaks up. I'm willing to count you in, but I'm... No.
Alright, fair enough. I guess some people are more manly than others, I suppose. Right. So, Gradamir, fine. Whoever it is, I'll take you on.
Good. He, like, grasps one of the tankards and he just smiles, and Jonas just says, "Right. We'll go by the normal rules in here. If you throw up or fall unconscious, you lose."
Is this a common thing in the Ravens School?
As far as you're aware.
Okay, by the way, hey, boring people, are you guys putting money on this?
2
As
silver.
far as I'm aware, I'm still looking for place to gamble, but I was not going to gamble on these contests.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is kind of... Before
The
I
only
get
thing
to
going
you,
on.
it's... Because it's definitely going to be a longer lasting one than gambling, so...
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is going to be a couple of hours,
Yeah.
I think.
I'll throw,
Probably not.
4
4
silver and a gold on our big Gradamir friend over here.
Yeah!
I'll match that, but for Trofnar.
Hey, there's a good fella.
Jonas is just like... silver on the dwarf.
You know,
Alright.
as a sign of good faith, how about a single copper on you winning?
On who are you saying that to? Himself or to Gradimus?
To Gradamir.
All right, I'll match that.
Just for
Throws a
cheap beer,
just
I'll
flicks a
throw in a
copper
copper.
onto the table.
Yeah. I basically just flick it into his face.
Yeah, he flicks it as well, but it like goes over and kind of like lands on top of your head.
Nice.
All right then. When you ready, Dragonborn? Oh, all right. 3, 2, 1, go! I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, good lord. Okay.
I could do a drinking contest with a -1 in Constitution.
Okay, so you just start
Jesus Christ!
you just start chugging down. Hey,
Big man.
you don't become Grandmaster of the Plane Hunters without being able to do some shit. You just see Gradimer just start just going into it. You're able to keep up as well, but you are clearly like not keeping up with him. Make another Constitution saving throw.
Fucking hell.
Wow. Stop rolling so bad.
Come on.
Oh,
Oh,
at least he rolled badly too.
that's not too bad. That's bad.
It's more of a case of you just trying to not just fall unconscious or throw
Come
up.
on.
Right, so you keep drinking and such. You're starting to like keep up pace with him, but he's still ahead of you from what you can by how much he's like leaning backwards. Make another Constitution saving throw.
Right, you are. Well, can I say I'm loving the epic battle music?
It
Yeah,
just
this
seems
is finally
fitting.
epic.
23.
Hey, he actually finally gets good.
You kind of like get a second win and start just chugging even harder, and you basically at the same time slam your tankards down. You just say like, "Ugh, not bad. Like
Yeah,
slides the
not bad
first
yourself.
tankard away and grabs the second one.
Yes,
All right,
let's do this.
Constitution saving throw.
Yes!
All right.
Happy.
So you start drinking. You start to get you get a little bit of a lead. You're able to you've done these drinking things plenty of times before, so you are used to just chugging ale. But at the same time,
yeah.
Gradimer appears to as well. So
Yeah.
Constitution saving throw again.
Back in Underrook. Oh, good lord. Back in
Very low.
Underrook, we would do this just after school to pass the time.
21.
There's 21.
As you just start gulping more and more of it in, and just out of the corner of your eye, you can see Gradimer. Like he's struggling a little bit, just on trying to get as much of it down, but he's still going. All right, make another Constitution saving throw.
I have expect Trostner to shout for Valhalla.
Ooh.
All right, just with how much you just keep drinking it down until eventually you slam the tankard down. A few seconds later, you hear the slam of Gradimer slamming his tankard down. The both of you are drunk at this point.
Yeah. Of course we are.
This was a great idea.
Hey, you're lagging quite behind there, friend.
I'm just enjoying this. All right. You just seem like slosh over the final tankard.
Yeah.
All right,
Right.
come on here. And he chugs.
Oh, that
Constitution
is-
saving throw.
Let's do this thing.
Oh.
No! No!
So you see,
as
he's
well, but
struggling.
Is this gonna be my? Is this gonna? Am I gonna have to make a TC? What is going on?
Well, we'll find out. So,
Tactical
you
Thunder.
start
Oh, no.
you just are chugging. You can see that he's struggling as well. But as you just like try and keep on, you start choking on something. Just like you start to feel vomit start to rise. Make another Constitution saving throw.
I'm catching that shit. Oh dear.
Oh god.
21's like,
Yes.
all right. So you're able to keep the save, but that is still that is.
battled everything from. Oh, I love how we battled everything from demons to butterflies, but this is probably the most intense thing we've had.
All right. So you're able to keep them down. Just start drinking a bit more. Another Constitution saving throw.
Why is it every competition that we have?
Okay, we're just passing
I
out at
don't
this
need
point
to
now.
do that. I'll just do another Constitution one there.
This is insane.
I drew another 2.
No, she's wearing crap as well.
All
We're
right.
just passing out at this
He's
point
just
now.
like he chokes a little bit, but he's like. You're just you like try and catch up with him, but then it's like eventually you keep drinking until it topples, until you both slam the tankard down. You look at each other, you smile, and you watch as Strafnar just
Pause over.
crashes down onto the ground with an almighty thud. He is unconscious due to alcohol.
How
All right, who's gonna help me carry him back up to the room?
How's Gradamir doing?
Anyone got commercial?
He is swaying heavily. He's like, his eyes are glazed over, but he is still very much conscious. He's just there
Okay.
like, he's just, essentially his eyes are completely glazed over, but he's still conscious.
Okay.
But you are unconscious at this point.
Okay, cool.
You just everyone else, you just hear like cheering and clapping and laughter. And Graham's like, ugh.
Pretty unlucky. You rolled like 7 or so ones over the course of this.
I know.
He rolled like what, 3 20s?
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
he's proficient in Constitution, and he has
I am.
+9 to his Constitution. So
He has what?
he's a level 16. He's a grand. He's the leader of the Plane Hunters.
I'm proficient in Constitution as well.
Oh yeah, but his
Oh.
constitution, you know,
Wait,
better
so
than yours.
let me count the ones I got. Wait, 1, 2.
You got 2 ones.
Got 2 ones, and then in strength I got a 1 again.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
so
got,
I got 2 each.
Yeah.
In the arm wrestling and the drinking contest.
All right. As everyone just starts to go back to their own thing. Okay, so finally, Floriana. Now that the main event is over, there are a few people that are playing cards.
I just leave draft time. It's like he's passed out, whatever. Okay, so I guess I'll go look for some people to play cards now that the contest roll kind of died down.
All right. You can see that there are 2 gnomes and a halfling that are just playing some cards as you approach them.
Like the short person's table.
Yeah, what about
Yeah.
it? What you got against those shorties?
Oh, nothing. It's just I'm kind of just as short as you guys, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So pay us some goddamn respect.
Yeah. Mind if I join in?
Oh, sure, go ahead.
What are we playing? You get an idea of it, or just like some little?
So, we're playing what's called Noble's Chase. So
BRB.
So basically what it is you draw 3 cards, and the total number is like your grand total. If you're able to, whoever gets closest to the noble basically wins the pot.
Say out of character. Sounds like a simple but odd game. But I guess I'd imagine in character I'd understand the rules.
Yeah, you don't understand. Basically what it is you would basically roll 3d8s, and you would get your total, and basically it's whoever gets the highest in the d8s wins.
It's quite a thing.
All right.
Yeah, sounds simple enough then.
All right. Well, why don't you go ahead and take part? We'll start small since you're a newcomer. Entry is 1 copper, yeah?
I'm sure. I guess we could start small. We'll do one. Then.
So they all put a copper in. Okay. So go ahead and roll a d8. This is a d8, right? Because I gotta get one for all 3. All 4.
Just roll a d8 then.
Yeah, just roll a d8. Okay. Alright, be sure you remember that. I'll just use this notepad document here that I've got, so I know what they've got. Okay. They see some of them pick up the card, you see some of them like, okay, alright. You see one of them just rub his chin, it's like, you know, I'm gonna put another 2 copper in. You see the other gnome like puts 2 copper in to match it. Another one puts 2 copper in. All right, you match as well. And you just see the halfling just like just flicks the card down, just sits back, crossing his arms. All right. So go ahead and roll another d8. Okay.
Jeez, it's like what? I know it's my gambling going so well.
Who knows? So that one, and that one. All right. So they all pull a card. You see the other gnome, like the one that had initially bet, just be like, takes out a silver piece and places it in the pot. the you see the other halfling just like look in shock before he's like throws his cards down. There's 2 threes on there, and the third one's just there like. Place the silver in.
Okay, I'll match the silver and I guess also raise 4 copper.
Let's see if I can go for it. Yeah, okay. They both match. They put 4 copper in. So that's 7 copper each for all of them. So 1, 2. 1 sec. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So they've put in 13 copper and 2 silver in total. Which means you've put in... Yeah.
Right now I have -7 and 1 silver and minus 1 silver.
Yeah. Yeah, because some of them whatchamacalls, it had folded. Alright, roll 1 more d8.
Jeez.
That's a d10 I rolled. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Yeah, that's crap. Alright.
I'm rolling good on just such a simple thing.
So you see the gnome and the halfling just like look at their cards. You see the gnome just like throws his cards down. You see that the last card that he had picked up was a 1. The last remaining gambler is just there like, I'll stick. Just like taps the table.
No. And I'll just stay, so I guess no one's raising.
Yeah, no one's raising.
It's fine, pot's not that bad already.
Alright. He places cards down, so you place yours, so in total you got 16... 22. He got a 7, a 6, and a 7, so that's 20. I don't know what's my thing.
I think.
Yeah, so you won. So you won. You just like place it down. It's like, oh, you fucking god, fuck.
Victory.
Yeah. So you've won the pot.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, we are sure about that.
Yes, here's this complimentary pot. Wait, what?
Thanks for your input, John Cena.
About this video. Sounds like
Yeah.
a pretty serious YouTuber video ever, but I guess now that I'm in that position, I
So
understand why.
What do you think is this thing you posted?
I don't know.
And rest assured, unfortunately,
Memes.
All right. So let's see. So in total with the pots, so let me just add this all up. So that is. So obviously you get all the stuff that you betted back. But you also get 23 copper and 2 silver.
are you sure about that?
Yes!
23 copper, you said?
Yes, 23 copper, 2 silver.
Alrighty, so now I'm up to 30 in silver and metric crap ton gold still.
That tickles me. Okay.
Well, crap ton for low level, I guess I'd say.
It depends. I mean, some of the stuff that you want to get does cost quite a bit.
Okay, how about I say
potion's
metric crap ton
fi-
gold
a
for
potion-
an
A
average
potion's
person?
50 gold after all.
Okay. Metric crap ton of gold for the average traveler.
Yes.
Which is why you said that even throwing in gold is quite a lot for most people.
Yeah, basically.
For commoners.
Mm-hmm.
Devassi does not understand the commoners thing. She's been a noble for her entire life.
Yeah, basically.
The starting bet is always 10 gold for gambling.
Yeah, so that's in the higher up areas, but these are just like average workers.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so are you going to continue gambling or?
Probably should continue the session because I was surprised at how long the freaking contest took. I think I just.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, we can say that you do continue to gamble, and then we can just roll a d20 versus the rolls that I do to see if you win.
Yeah, I just thought it's like, is that
Okay. All right. You take your winnings, and it's just like you just set off. So you just hear one say, "Just fucking run up, fucking." And the others just like grab their cards and start going again. Okay. So is there anything else before you retire for the night?
I know Tropnor's passed out.
I mean, Drofnar's passed out, so
I don't have a choice here.
you don't have a choice.
You know,
What are you
I'm just
doing?
clueless upstairs, still in my nice hot bath.
Which is probably at this point gone a bit cold.
Can Peach
She
hear
doesn't
what?
care as long as she's cleaning herself.
Can Nemesis hear the, the WrestleMania main event that's happened downstairs?
I don't know.
I don't know, can I?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
you have a ring of prestidigitation. Try heating the water up of your ring.
15. Yeah, you do hear some shouting and such. Like you do hear the occasional cheer and like some yells of encouragement.
Just gonna fucking sink under the water and just ignore them.
All right.
And
This is me time.
I gave up on trying to do alchemical things tonight.
Okay.
So, what's that ring you have again, there?
Ring of prestidigitation.
Yes.
Can you use
I
that
call
ring
it the
to make...
ring of sterilization.
It
you
only
use that-
cleans the holder.
Can you use that ring to lay on top of your bath a thick layer of bubbles?
I don't think so.
No.
I think it would
no.
just clean the water.
It would just clean. It only cleans the person who's wearing the ring.
Okay.
If I'm like submerged, it doesn't clean the water.
It would clean you, not the water.
Okay.
All right. So eventually you all retire. Gradamar, even in his drunken form, is able to just like very like drunkenly like pick up Trofnar. Like he doesn't even like do it carefully. He just like grabs him by the scruff, by the collar,
Guys!
and he
You're
just
my
like
friends.
walks up. Like you can see, he like nearly falls a few times, but he's able to just lift Trofnar, just like carries him. Just Delson, you are awoken by just hearing a loud slamming noise from the door as you see. Well, actually, you won't be able to see that well because it'd be dark, but when you're dark, and you just see like a large figure holding something as he just like throws it towards
Wrong
you.
room.
Oh wait, he's got his own room.
Doesn't
Yeah,
Tropnor always get his own room?
Okay, well then, better idea.
Half elves are sleeping together.
I'm gonna roll a d20 to see if he knows that.
I assumed Evie would be leading.
Rolled a 3.
Too drunk.
And he's drunk as hell.
He
He
is
probably doesn't
drunk.
care if
Yeah,
you're
that's actually a
meeting him.
disadvantage. Let's see if I get a natural 1. Nope, but that's still 3. So, yes, even though you try to direct him to the next room, he's like, I got it. He just basically barges through the door and just throws Trofnar. Delson, you're awoken by a heavy object just landing on you. As the unconscious Trofnar just lands on top of you.
Yeah,
I wriggle my way out.
I may as well be dead right now. I am just passed the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like I've been around when I make someone pass out drunk. They do not wake up for anything.
Yeah. Like, eventually able to just roll Trofnar off onto the floor. He falls with a thud.
I'll at least throw a blanket on him.
Yeah, okay. You go into Trofnar's room, take the blanket, and just put him over him.
Oh, I had one in my backpack.
Yeah,
the
well,
light
he had a room.
But I will at least offer Trothnar's bed to our other drunken friend right here. Like, at least stay here.
Yep.
I've got my own place. And I'm gonna go there.
Come on, buddy, you're drunk. Let's not get you into anything.
No, it's
Lay down.
make a persuasion check with advantage, because he is fucking smashed.
You said persuasion?
With advantage.
Oh.
I appreciate it. Okay, I mean, he obviously not intentionally, but like pats you on the head rather hard.
Oh,
you can't
God.
tell. It's like it's fine.
Bonk.
I'm gonna
That
go
glass
just.
flying across the room.
No, it's like it's a tap downwards. So if anything, you'll be like your knees buckle a little bit on each tap, but you're able to hold yourself up. I'm gonna just go to my own place.
Or
Yeah.
doesn't
And he
to
just
try
like staggers offwards.
to- Yeah, and or doesn't care to
That's not gonna
try
end
to
well.
persuade him otherwise. But pretty much me being the only other person who could maybe roll a check to try to keep him from staying. She just doesn't care to do it.
This is okay. Yeah. So Christian and such, and everyone just let him stagger away. Okay. So
Yeah.
so you
I
make
guess
it
I
to
would-
your respectable rooms outside of Trofnar, and eventually sleep takes you. So you've had the effect of a long rest. So you've got all.
Oh,
your
I was taking ages ago, man.
Yeah. So you've got all your health back and everything.
Oh boy.
Well, even me.
Yes, even you. Although I will want you to make a Constitution saving throw to see how bad of a hangover you have.
Yeah.
Okay. What now?
Yes, now. As everyone wakes
Okay.
up.
Yeah. We lose our temporary hit points, but pretty much the first thing we're
20.
gonna do is.
Alright. Despite drinking to the point of unconsciousness, like you've got a little bit of a dull, like, throb in your head, but it's nothing beyond what you normally get from a night of heavy drinking. But you do find yourself not in the room that you had bought, but in the room of Delsin and Gratian. But because you were unconscious, you slept through them trying to wake you up, and the last you can just see Delsin's just about to leave, basically.
Okay. Good night, lad. Where are you off to?
Actually getting downstairs.
Wait, what? What's going on?
Morning.
Your drunken body got thrown in here last
wait.
night.
Knock something over.
Hey, what? Tom,
Yes?
do I remember anything about last night?
Make an intelligence
Let me
check.
Do you remember doing a drinking contest? At least.
Make an intelligence check. See how many of your brain cells got absolutely obliterated from it.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
All of them!
You
Do
don't
you
even
remember-
quite. You don't.
Yeah.
When did you get into Eckster again?
Yes, I didn't even remember getting here.
You definitely remember fighting the butterfly swarm, but then it kind of becomes a blur, and now you're.
Hey. Wait, so... Hey, can I ask you a quick question, Delson?
What?
What the fuck is going on?
You apparently got blackout drunk
Hey, because, like...
and was thrown in here.
Bought some butterflies with the help of that big dead fella, and then I woke up here. I don't, but like,
Yep.
it's,
You got here and you were drinking, I don't know how much, but enough so that you literally were basically... You were pretty much comatose from your ale, man.
oh Christ! I didn't do anything too bad, did I?
I don't know.
Honestly, no, actually.
Gratian would know because Gratian was down there, and obviously Gratian's. I would say Gratian's
Yeah.
kind of already.
Yeah, you said Gratian was already down in the tavern, right?
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Anyways, isn't it time for a lovely speech?
So you all make it down. Even though you don't have a hangover, you're still a bit shaky on your feet from the ale still leaving your system and everything. But you're able to all make it down and such. Gregory appears to have taken like some blankets or something like that and have sort of made a mouth bandana, so his face is covered.
Man, I had the weirdest dream about a turtle last night.
Oh, hey, Trofnar. I made a cup of coffee for you. You wanna join?
Yes.
There comes the hero now.
Wait, what? The what now? What are you on about?
Wait, what?
hero?
Coffee.
Right, cheers.
He's offering you a cup of coffee,
Thank you.
and she has a cup of
Thank
tea
you.
with
Can I
her.
drink it? Actually, wait, yeah, I'll take coffee. Yeah.
Oh
Mm.
god, it's that time again, isn't it?
And she's drinking a cup of tea.
What time are you referring to?
You know what time?
Why, it's time for the morning report. Oh, princess, do tell us what's new today.
Are you
Alright,
gonna
the
insult
town
Are
cried.
you gonna insult Evelyn in your speech?
Yep.
Okay, I guess it's time for me to give my daily wonderful speech, of which everyone loves and of which
And
no
now-
one has any complaints.
The weather with the princess.
Back to that.
Gregory just kind of
sitting on her
leans
cheap.
back in his chair and just watches.
Oh, yeah, is Gregory listening to this now too?
He seems to be listening somewhat.
All right.
It'd be funny if he decides to give one too, and so it's like, oh, this time we have a better rousing speech this time.
I will talk about how wonderful it is to be back in Eckster with
We have Robo Peach again.
Ted and
Yeah, I was like,
Warren.
you're roboting pretty badly.
We have Robo Peach again.
Hey, we have Gladys with us. Okay.
Do-do-do.
Hello there.
Hello?
Try again. Oh no, you're already down.
Woo!
Is it working now?
Yeah.
Yep, we'll see
Audible
how
now.
it goes later on.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to talk about how great it is to be back in Eckster.
Is that all?
Chickens.
Oh, it cut out the entire time because you said this is what it was like in Eckster, and there was just silence, and then all of a sudden, chickens.
Chicken.
Like,
Tell your
Been a while
siblings to
since-
stop downloading that porn. It's getting in the way of the Dungeons and Dragons. God. Alright. So it's going to be typing stuff. Yeah. Ah, there we go. So Nemsi goes into this speech of just basically saying all the stuff that she enjoys about Eckster, makes a point to refer to the baths and just about all the stuff. And then at the very end, she just throws a comment saying, "And we don't need to worry about saving Evie from deadly butterflies."
We still have one in a bottle. You don't know.
Why internet? Why do you glitch out?
As I said, porn. Tell them to stop.
Now it's working.
Yeah, it's working well enough, so we'll see what happens. Okay,
Yep.
so everyone gets the effect of it? Because I think it's
Still
6
eat.
people, including yourself.
still eat.
Yep.
And still eat 8 HP and
Yep, so you all get 8 health. Temporary hit points.
actually, because
Hey.
if it is only 6 people,
Actually,
does-
let me check something real quick.
Well, let's check that right quick now.
Okay. I will actually donate my hit points to Gregory.
Okay.
Oh.
Alright.
You better feel inspired.
Gregory's just there saying, like, not the most common speech, but I suppose if this is definitely
pretty
extra.
it's pretty common for us, our group at the very least. I don't know about any other paladins.
Well, I wasn't much of the talker. That was my
Then you
second in
can't
command.
complain about her speeches.
Of course, I can't complain about that. I always have people write my speeches for me. Right. So, if this is indeed the city of Eckster, then a lot has changed since I was last here. So I'm not sure where would be the best place to go.
Let's take him to the Pigeon Palace.
The what?
I mean, the plane.
Did you have a group of blokes in your time called the Plane Hunters?
The what?
I guess it's a newer guild.
Yeah,
So-
it's basically a guild of hunters who go around and deal with any troublesome creatures that arise.
Unless it's
Why,
close
why,
to-
why, why would they call them something as stupid as plane hunters? Why not call themselves, I don't know, monster hunters?
Funny story about that.
Because it's
Actually.
copyright. Because it's
Apparently-
copyrighted.
Apparently, another group already took that name, so they couldn't do that.
It's copyrighted.
You'll
Huh.
be surprised. Like in the space of 700 years, people have gotten way more litigious.
Yeah, people
Right.
don't care about things like not sharing the same name.
Yeah, exactly.
In the span of 700 years, I'm pretty sure someone else has said monster hunters before.
I imagine, but never mind. People that hunted monsters, plane hunters. No, that was usually mercenaries that we hired to do that.
It basically is a guild of mercenaries, from what I understand.
It just sounds like they've made it a bit more fancy then.
You should join us.
I would rather not.
Come on, you know you want to stay with us.
I would rather not, miss. I would rather find out what it is that I need to do, what year it actually is, what's gone on, and then I shall continue on to Pterodon's Crossing to defend it as I am bound to.
Well, then we
By the
should
way,
go
how's
to-
your head?
Yeah, did any
Still,
of us actually...
still have the headache. Again, it's like, it's here, and it stays in that direction no matter where I look.
Did we have any, like, in-character knowledge of it, maybe how relevant that is?
You did not.
Okay. It's just
You don't
that
know.
common sense, it's probably relevant. That's about all we got.
All you know is that whatever this is that's wrong with Gregory's head, it seems to be a consistent thing. Because you've had him around for a while now, and he still mentions it.
What is in... I guess we could do a map. What is in the direction, like it could be very far away for all we know. Like, what is in that direction where the headache is?
So I can pull up the map. Sorry, people whose internet really hates it. I should really just get, like, the actual image. So here's the
Yeah.
map of Ansor.
Thought we had that on Discord.
Yeah, we do, but, you know.
It's there somewhere.
It's
There's
pinned.
Crossing.
It's yeah, but it's also as well. But basically, this way I can do that.
there's
So
Turdus.
you guys are here.
There's
Uh,
Turdus Crossing. I haven't looked at this map in a while.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's roughly around the north area here. So roughly around here, or in this direction, basically. One sec, let me just turn off snapping. There we go. So with how Gregory's describing it, he's saying it's around this way. Obviously not the actual distance, but just so you can see the arrow well enough.
You said in that direction. Does that mean we happen to, like, pass it? It's like we went past that point that it's pointing to on our way back to Eckster?
Yeah, well, you guys were going south, so...
Mhm.
So yeah, you
And
were.
now it's...
So, I'm
So we
I'm
actually...
gonna swap it back to here now.
So wait. It's like it was pointing in that direction, and then we went too far south, so now it's pointing north?
Yeah.
Huh, okay.
So-
Interesting.
All right. So,
Hmm.
what are you all going to do then?
We need to go
have
turn
to
in our
Pigeon Palace
stuff.
anyways.
Yeah, turn
Yeah,
our stuff. That'd be a good idea to maybe... I guess we could take Gregory in to the, wherever his headache is. But we can do that after we get ready. Maybe tomorrow, or maybe tomorrow.
Well, he did say that he wanted some sort of answers, and
Yeah.
the priest that I spoke to told me to look for more answers at the church.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to church.
Ah, dang it.
We don't all have
Everybody
to-
put on your Sunday best.
Not everyone has to go to the church, technically. But still.
Wait.
There are two churches in Eckster. There is the Church of the Bright Spark, and there is the Church of the Alliance.
I'm
They're both
sure
next to
that
each other.
Probably we're going to want to go to the Church of the Bright Spark, I guess. Most likely. At least Gregory probably wants to go there anyways, no matter what.
Yeah. We could split up in half. Like
Never
some
split the
of us-
party. I'm joking. In town, in town, it's pretty common actually to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what I would want to do.
I mean, we still need to turn in the quests.
Yeah, that's what I was
Why
saying.
don't we
Yeah.
turn in the quests and then, split up to our respective things.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll finally take the time and start making some potions in free time because I don't think I have much I want to do in town. Actually, maybe I'll start potions in my free time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
alright.
keep in mind it would take you 1 day to make 1 minor healing potion, and it would cost you 25 gold to do so.
Yeah, but as long as we're kind of in agreement, we're not leaving. Like, we might not leave town today. I could do it actually. We'll
Yeah.
go take
And to be
Bill
honest,
and I can
making potions in the town is a lot easier to explain than making it in the wild.
I have my own kit to do it.
You would have to replenish it, so
Wait, what?
you would have to replenish it because obviously it's not an infinite number of supplies.
Of course, this is my magical herbalism kit that replenishes its supply of herbs no matter where I go.
No, that's called foraging around for herbs. Get it right. Okay. So,
Alrighty, well let's go. To
so who's going where and doing what then?
I think we were agreeing we would all go to guild. I think first, then we'd split up. Unless
Yeah.
Gregory doesn't want to follow. Unless Gregory doesn't want to follow us there, then.
I don't mind following if it means that we might end up somewhere where I know what's going on.
Yeah, let's go cash in.
Okay, then I guess we'll do turn questing and then we'll probably split up then.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you all gather up your things and head out to the city of Eckster. As you walk through, you hear the town criers calling out about various bits of news that have came by. You hear one of them say, "Great ox spotted north of Eckster. All travelers be aware, do not engage it. Dragon spotted flying over the kingdom of Draw. Belief that full-blown war will happen soon. Unverified report of attack on the Grasp. Unfortunately, we've got no news, so quit asking us. For crying out loud." It sounds like this guy has been asked this question a lot.
Guys, wanna go
what
fight a
was
dragon?
The first one that he said?
The Great Ox has been spotted north of Eckster. All travelers be wary
is
and do
that?
not engage.
It's the Great Ox.
What is that? Do I know what that is?
Make an intelligence check.
So try mine as
boy.
well.
I would
Or do
say.
Oh my god, really?
I
It's
can't.
like an with it. It's great.
Is there any of us who can't do it? I guess I should say, or only.
Trofnar probably won't be able to do it because it's more of an overland thing as opposed to an underground thing.
Wait, what? What can I do?
It's just an intelligence check about the Great Ox, as it's called.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
I would say, I mean, if Floriana's from Ansor, then because of how they use the terminology, then I'd say Floriana will be able to if they're from Ansor.
Which one's answer again? Is that where
That's
we are?
content you're on currently.
One more, yeah.
I don't know. That's the problem. I keep thinking I should take a place where at least what continent I start from.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine because obviously Nemesis roll a 19. So the Great Ox is a very rare set of creatures that are quite literally giant. There are tales in Gerhanian legend on the early forming that these creatures were so large that they actually had things like castles built on top of them. They are incredibly massive, incredibly powerful, but at the same time they are terrified of combat and will often flee. Many times when one is spotted, it's usually just travelers are warned and they keep out of their way while they go about their business. To give an idea of how
Is it
big
like-
they are, to give an idea, depending on their size, the average size of one, which you would know, Nemesis, is about 40 feet tall.
Well then, that's very, very, very tall.
It's a kaiju.
Not messing a little bit.
But the reason it's called a great ox is that it looks very much just like an ox. Just
Is
one
it,
that's
like-
40 feet tall.
Since them being spotted is such a remarkable thing, is it like, do they hibernate or are there so few of them?
They are an incredibly rare breed.
Okay. All right, then
What-
that's interesting. Better watch out for giant oxes.
The great ox.
Oh, okay. Alright, so... Are they going to... So... Wait, what the hell is a great ox? And then they tell me what the ox is, I'm guessing.
Obviously, it's an ox that's great.
Well,
Wait, so...
you're half correct. It's essentially a gigantic ox-looking thing.
So it's a big cow. Why the fuck is everyone so scared of it?
Because it can crush people?
Yeah,
I mean,
idiots,
they're
right?
perfectly docile as far as I know, but they are frightened easily.
Alright, so. You all make your way to the Plane Hunters Guild. Inside, you can see that Young is still there. And Tyr is there. They're just kind of casually talking. As you all enter, Tyr just like looks up, says, "Hey, you're back."
Hello.
Oh, man,
Hey.
I'm going to take out his seal because I forgot to bring it to him. I'm gonna give that to him.
I was looking for that.
Sorry.
It's from the rose.
And this is when she loses her ring.
No,
I
don't take my
I
ring.
don't remember I don't remember the thing about the seal.
I was wondering where that was. It's fine. He just kind of like tosses it under the counter. So, what's up? What are you doing? He kind of like
Guy
leans
pull
over
out
and
the
sees.
vial.
He kind of like says his Greg. He says, "Who's this?"
A friend. A very old friend.
We were just escorting him around.
Ah, right. Okay, so he's not a plane hunter. Got it. You guys keep making me having to change these names all the time.
We
It's fine.
apologize.
It's
It's
fine.
But
fine.
yeah,
It's
he's
fine.
a
It
part of
happens
our
all the
group.
time.
He's
I have to do that enough when people die.
It's always
Anyway.
fun.
So what's up then?
We come
killed flying
bringing...
The butterflies.
I'm bringing many different things.
Ectoplasm, bones.
Mhm.
Bones for
Many bones.
what?
I'll just take out my pile of bones and set them on the counter.
I take out the the remains of the ghost wolf.
What remains is
Or
a ghost
the-
house.
The Violex. He just looks at the bones and says, again. What's with the bones?
Oh, and the lizard teeth. I'll throw them on the counter too. And the skull.
What?
And the
You know,
cockatrice pieces.
I'm
can make a
confused.
really
I don't remember us doing this the last time we came here.
We killed quite a lot.
I noticed. The thing is, there was nothing in the contract you took that mentioned skeletons or lizards.
Oh, well, they were skeletons. There were lots of skeletons.
Yes, but your contract was as followed. The ones that you took up there were the death butterfly swarm.
We got that.
Did we take that one? I didn't know we took that.
Yeah, I show him the butterfly
put
in
in
the
last
vial.
Nearly killing myself.
At this point, the
I know we
vial
killed it,
is
but I didn't
the
know we killed
vial
the
on the inside is heavily scratched. That's it. He like takes a vial, just looks at it. He like has to rotate a bit to find a good spot. I see. He like puts his teeth on the top of the vial, just pulls the vial off. You watch as the butterfly just starts flying upwards before he just casually just swats it and slams it into the ground.
There were many, many more of them.
Yeah, I'm aware. It's called a death butterfly swarm, not a death butterfly.
Well, we squished the swarm. That's all we had left to bring to you.
That's fine. That's fine.
Fire.
Again, that's fine. He like takes a vial of ectoplasm, just looks it over. That's fine. Place that one. And he just like looks at the bones, just looks at you, Evelyn, and just shoves them off the counter.
Yeah, I don't know why she took the bones.
Your third contract up there was ghouls, not skeletons.
Do
Oh
we have
yeah,
any gold pieces?
I think
You
Evelyn
do
took a
not.
jawbone.
To bring.
Thought Evelyn took a jawbone from one.
No, he
Oh,
took,
yeah.
he took a jawbone from a skeleton.
Oh.
Mine.
One time I don't keep track of you all. Okay.
So, with no evidence of the ghouls, as far as we're aware, that contract is still in effect.
Just points to Gregory. No.
We could.
Here's a ghoul. It's yeah.
I'm telling you, I am very much alive here.
That's what you say, but we found you in a tomb.
That could have
saying
been.
is
That's exactly what it goes.
This like, argument doesn't sound like a good thing to have in character.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
It's nice if he makes out of character comments, though. It's so funny.
Do.
Well, either way, that's two of the ones that you've been able to do, so... Let me just... He kind of like reaches under and pulls out a very small chest, but just like
Wait,
place...
what about the cockatrice stuff?
I don't think we had a contract.
There was no contract for cockatrices.
There was a contract for a flying thing, though.
Yeah,
it's flying.
big
Specified
flying
what it was.
thing.
Not
These are
chick,
pretty.
not demon
these are like-
chickens.
These are just like turkeys flying around.
He
Yeah.
grabs the two cockatrices and just like dangles them up. He's like, this would not have caused the reports that we got. Just place them down again.
You don't know.
Yeah, you didn't know that. Greatly exaggerated.
I have hunted for many years here, guys. He takes the, he like opens the chest, kind of spins it around and pushes it towards you. Inside, you see a pouch. You see two pouches. One is what appears to be a money pouch, and one appears to be a sort of storage satchel.
Ooh.
Can I do an Arcana check?
Go ahead.
Are you gonna see if it's like enchanted?
I was gonna see if it's like a bag of holding, maybe.
You
Yeah,
don't know.
I hear you wanted a bag of holding, so I put a bag of holding in your bag of holding, and then created a black hole.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you do it.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yo, I heard you like bags of holding, so I put a
Bag of holding,
bag of holding,
bag
so
of
you can
holding.
hold your bag of holding while you.
Wait, so
Oh, wait, that's crap, that'd be an explosion.
I will take the bag.
You cannot put a bag of
sack.
holding inside a bag of holding, otherwise they cause an explosion and essentially make a black hole that pulls you into the ethereal plane.
Yeah.
Yep.
Basically, you
True.
find
Yes.
zero.
It is weird. I mean, it is this weird. Apparently, teleporting with one is weird. It's weird, but I feel like no DM actually does that. It's like I don't think I've actually seen.
Because it seems a bit
DMs say
absurd, because they eventually give you a bag of holding anyway, so again, really the ability to
Yeah.
teleport would just be stupid.
But yeah, but technically, if you teleported with one, it'd explode.
Alright.
So,
It's because it's basically the same type of magic.
so inside the first pouch, you can see that there is 125 gold in it.
Very nice.
And in the second
Time to
one,
do some math.
and in the second one, you can see that there are 4 potions of healing and a greater healing potion.
Do we get to keep the bag with the potions in them?
Yeah, sure, keep the bag, we can get more of them.
Alright, so we each get 20 gold, and then one person gets an extra gold piece.
I'm fine with only taking 20.
I'll take the 20. I'll just take 20.
I'll take the extra one. I'll take one for the team and get one more gold.
Uh-huh.
Let's give it to
Alright,
Greg.
and then
But
how
wait,
many potions were in there?
Wait, that would
There were
actually
4
be-
potions of healing and 1 greater healing.
Great. Okay.
I think I should take.
I'm gonna hand Evelyn the greater healing.
Yay!
So for the record,
Smart move.
greater healing potion heals 4d4 plus 4.
Yeah, that healing amount's too much for me at the moment.
Wait a minute, I actually have a healing potion in my bag. Forgot
That's
about
probably
that.
a normal. That's probably a normal
Then-
healing potion.
What was it? You
Yeah.
said 4
It's a normal one. but I forgot.
4d4.
Plus
Plus
4.
four?
That's for the greater healing potion.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna
the
put a healing potion in my bag.
yeah, and then
I
and
just
the other
curious
healing
that-
and the other healing potions heal 2d4 plus 2.
Yeah, everyone gets a healing potion.
Can I trade my potion for more gold?
What was that?
Use-
If you already have a healing potion, give it to someone that does not have a healing potion.
Could always. Still.
Yay!
Who doesn't have a healing potion?
I get a
Yes.
healing potion.
I don't have one. Wait, I've already got one now, which is given to me.
Yeah, same.
I only
Okay,
just
if
got
you
one.
didn't have one previously, take one.
Okay, cool.
Yep. I'm
What?
taking one then, since I didn't have one previously.
Neither did I.
Or me.
Alright.
Do we fight
So,
to death right now?
that's 3 healing potions. There's one more, and then there's a greater one. Let's give,
Anyways, I'm taking a potion, normal potion of healing.
Who's
yeah,
flimsiest?
okay. And then I guess Gratian gets the greater healing.
I
Alright.
already took the healing.
Okay, great. I'll hold on to the greater healing potion in case one of you guys gets yourself killed again.
Wait a minute, I thought I was gonna take the greater healing potion because I'm the dumb one.
Nope,
Yeah.
you already have a healing potion and it's better used in my hands.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
The greater healing one would probably be done with the squishiest of the front one, which probably would actually have one choice. So I
So I'll go ahead and take that, and when one of us dies, I'll just stuff that in your mouth.
Yay.
I don't think that'll help with death. It'll definitely help with unconsciousness, though.
Of course.
If you want to deal with death, might need to get someone that knows a revivify spell or something.
Evie, do you have your
3rd level spell? No.
fucking... No? She doesn't have a revive spell yet? Okay.
Revivify,
no,
I
the
think, is a
closest I
3rd
have
level.
is like spare the dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But that isn't a, let me just check. There we go. Revivify is a 3rd level spell, so no.
Revivify. That'd been the
Okay.
last.
And keep in
minute.
mind, Revivify is one of those where it has a monetary value for its components, so you do need to buy it.
You need a $300 gold diamond.
Diamonds were worth 300 gold. That will get you 1 Revivify spell.
And it has to be done within the last, 10 rounds, I think?
Within the last minute that the creature has died.
Also, I feel really dumb because I just remembered that I have protection from evil and good.
That might have been useful, at least in the crypts, where probably all of them were evil.
Yeah, I forgot I took that spell.
I usually
Sorry.
I try to keep my spells
There we go.
because I pretty much only cast spells.
No, I think I'm gonna be like, when I'm dead, I'm dead.
Well, we'll find out. So,
Slug.
so that's your reward for the 2 contracts that we can confirm you've done.
Alright then.
The ghoul contract, again, you gotta bring back some proof, so... it's undead, I'm pretty sure there's still plenty around.
Yeah, I think I missed that part where we had to bring proof, which is probably why I thought it was weird that we kept bringing trophies.
Or, maybe we'll get a report. I mean, I know it's in Noble's Rest, maybe someone will say, hey, it's all sorted there, but if that's the case, we won't have any way to confirm that you guys did it, so...
Do the bones prove that we helped the Grandmaster?
Wait a minute, isn't he back in town? Can't we just ask?
I mean...
Yeah, he is back in town.
Yeah, Gratimer's certainly here. made a mess and a racket when he came in last night drunk off his ass.
Listen, I tried to get him to stay in the room. He said no.
I
We
appreciate it.
tried.
It's fine. Only a fucking idiot would take him on, even drunk.
Was the persuasion check actually that hard?
I mean, he only rolled it. She rolled an 11, so
I know, but
it wasn't very persuasive.
That's not her strong point.
how good of one would I have rolled if I did try? I'm just curious.
Just out of curiosity. Well, there you go. You could have persuaded him to stay, but you didn't, so you lost your chance.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't the one helping guide him up to the rooms. It's like, meh, wasn't dealing with him anymore.
I mean,
Then
could always ask Radimer, but he is... Well, he is sleeping like the dead right now. I am not going to try any of that.
I could try and wake him up.
I would not suggest.
why don't you just ask him when he wakes up?
Yeah, sure, I'll ask him. I'll ask him if that's the case. I'll have a reward set aside. If not, then, well, tough.
Oh.
Fair enough.
So is there anything else that you guys want? Any potential things that we have that we can provide, or contracts, or what?
Actually, what do you
Anything
know?
new?
What do you know of what's up north? Like, because we kind of, I think, have a vague idea of where. the
Well, up
heading
north is, like, just straight up north of Eckster.
pretty much just straight north of Eckster.
I mean, you keep going north, you'll eventually come right next to Jurhan, but I assume you just mean, like, locally?
Pretty much, it's kind of.
Well, you got you got Noble's Rest up north, and the Rona family crypt, but from the sounds of things, you guys are aware of that. The only other big thing up north is the Shadow Hills.
Shadow.
Yeah, it's a little area that is... You know that Shadow Drake that I told you guys about?
Yeah.
Where he is.
It's somewhere around the Shadow Hills. It's named after it.
Well,
I guess it depends on how far north it is. That sounds kind of further north than. what we
To
were
give
theorizing.
or take, it's about a day or so of travel by horse. Maybe 2 days.
That seems. That sounds like it's too far north for what we're trying to think.
Well, we are going to go there anyways for the Umbral thing later.
Yeah.
yeah.
Still not found anyone, huh?
Not a lot of people speak Umbral.
Did we happen to ask Gregory if he spoke Umbral?
Why?
You never did, no.
Hey Gregory, would you happen to rambling know how to speak Umbral?
I mean, I know of the Umbral language, but I never studied it.
Fair enough. I kind of
It's-
didn't so.
It's not a...
I mean, I had a feeling, but I did just remember. I don't think we ever asked him if he happened to, spoken.
I mean, Umbral as a language isn't a very common one.
Yeah.
It's all but
Sorry.
dead nowadays.
Sorry. I just thought that we didn't actually ask.
When the last I remember, it was on its way out anyway.
Alright. Are there any other new contracts?
Not really so much as a new contract. Might have heard the town criers about the whole, the Great Ox.
Yeah.
Again, this isn't a contract, so there's no monetary thing, but we have been asked if it's possible for anyone to report news on where it's heading, just so that it doesn't get in the way of anything that's going on.
I see. How would you even determine that?
Well, simple. You see which way it's walking, and then you send a message saying, hey, the head is heading this way right now.
Yes, but it can easily turn at a moment's notice. It could get spooked by a bird and turn around.
Oh, it doesn't give a shit about birds. But
It's
Sean,
really
it's back all the time.
Would it be better for everyone if we killed it?
I don't think we're gonna kill it.
They're gentle giants. Why would you kill them?
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. Not because it's like sacred or something, but because, take it from me, those things kick your fucking ass. We're
I mean,
talking.
we
We're
can still try.
talking something like you see the Rona Castle, right? It's as tall as that thing.
Oh shit! Alright.
Well, they can be that tall as that thing.
Okay, so we take on a baby. We work our way up.
If you
Don't
take
worry
on a
about it.
baby, that
It doesn't
would be
want
the.
to.
I don't.
You're telling me to kill a baby?
I think we should
Yeah,
probably just not worry about it.
that's. I'm gonna have to say no on that one. For what we know with this great ox, it's by itself, so there's no baby, and it's an adult.
Yeah,
Where is
we
it?
could-
It's last report, he kind of like pulls out a small. Essentially, it's still a map of Ansor, but it's like a little bit more focused on Eckster. So it's nowhere near Noble's Rest, thankfully. It looked like it was heading in a northeastern direction. It's about. He can like just starts counting. It's about a day's travel from Eckster.
I don't know. Maybe if we spot it on our travels, then we can tell you. But
Sure,
otherwise,
if that's the
it's not really
case, then give me a
confirmed
second.
thing.
He kind of like reaches under and pulls out a parchment and just throws it to you. So that's a, I forget what the spell's actually called. It's not message. Sending, that was what it was called.
Reply to this message.
Yeah, it's not message because that doesn't have enough range. Sending, that was it. That's a scroll of sending. Young, how does this thing fucking work? Young just kind of like it's like his head's kind of being retracted into show, like just like his head pops out a bit more. He just goes, "Well, you read the scroll. You can send a message to someone that's 25 words long. And they can respond back the same for that one time."
I'm sorry, I was watching Critical Role
I know.
last night.
I am very well aware, and obviously I'm very excited for it because of that new intro. God damn.
Yeah.
I don't watch. That's probably one reason why I wasn't as hyped as much when he revealed that part off. It's like
I
it
got a
was something
little
related
tear
to
in
something
my
I don't
eye when they showed Molly Mock's cape.
Yeah.
I was like, ah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
getting off Critical Role and back to Karmora, which is obviously vastly inferior, but we'll make do. So, is there anything else that you guys do then?
Alright, I will go ahead and put the sending scroll in my inventory.
I think we were thinking of, I guess maybe heading out tomorrow. Like, yeah. I guess as long as we have no plans to leave today, I probably will take my time just brewing another potion. So that, like, if I have nothing I think I need to do during the day, I'll probably just start doing that.
Yeah, it's like that we're going to
Probably.
search around town for things today.
Yep.
Tyr speaks up on the mention of the potion, and it's like, we got an alchemical station round back. You're a plane hunter, so you can use it.
Woo!
Okay. Alrighty then, thanks.
Alright, Young, show them
we-
to the, show them to where they make the potions.
Alright.
Yeah.
And Young just kind of like walks forward, just like looks at you carefully, he's like, this way. And just like slowly starts heading forward. He's an old Toril. So he's a
What is
bit
he again?
slow. He's a turtle.
Portal.
Turtle?
Portal.
Portal.
Literally is a turtle?
Turtle
In
people.
D&D, they're called turtle.
Yeah.
He's a turtle man.
He's a turtle. Is
He's essentially a beast man that's turtle.
yeah.
Yep.
I'll follow him. I guess that's
All right. So he takes you. It's a small and simple room. It has some like the basic materials and such. Okay, so if that's the case, Floriana, go ahead and mark off 25 gold.
Okay.
Okay, so the rest of you, where are you going?
Well, I'm going to go down to where Gus's place is to help restock on some supplies, such,
Okay.
aka arrows.
Yeah, I'm gonna go buy arrows too.
Okay, so the two of you are going to get more arrows. What about everyone else?
I'm going with Gregory to the church.
Which church? There's two of them.
Probably Bright Star, yes. Right?
Bright Spoon.
What was,
Bright
what was the other
Spark,
one?
yeah.
What was the other one? You said
The Church of the
Alliance.
Alliance, which is basically Nemesis has been in that church before, and actually Delson's also been in it. It's basically a church dedicated to all the other gods of the Alliance.
Yeah. But yeah, because Nemesis wants knowledge on more undead stuff, and I'm sure Gregory probably just wants to, go to his church.
Gregory just wants answers.
Yeah, Gregory wants answers too.
So he'd probably want to go to his church, and I think the only thing left
Yeah,
is
what
is
whatever church he wants to go to, I'll go ahead and follow him.
Yep.
I mean, whichever church you think will be best. I imagine they'd all have the same information if it's in a place as big as this.
So, okay, so Floriana's making potion, Delson and Gratian are getting arrows. I guess where Trofner and Evelyn doing then? I think is what is left.
Yeah, that's all that's left.
I don't know, actually.
They're gonna go wander the town,
See if anything interesting is going on.
Yeah,
see what trouble they can cause.
Oh no.
Everyone's gonna get
That's a lot,
arrested
then.
again. All right. So, okay, so we'll go with the one that will probably take the least amount of time first. So, Gratian and Delson, you make your way back to Smithery 4938, and you enter, as you always do. There actually are a few people here, one of which you can see is kind of clad in armor himself. It is actually, one sec, let me see if it is one that you would know. Was it one that you would know? No, it's not one you would know. Okay, no, it's just a mercenary.
Okay.
You don't know.
Yeah. I was just like, wait, is one of the characters in this one, or did I just put a random person here? Put a random person here.
I shrug it off and go to see how many arrows and crossbow bolts are available right now.
Are you saying this to Gus?
Gus. I'm greeting Gus. First I will...
Oh, that's how you go. It's like, oh.
No, first thing I'm going to do is go, hey there, Gus.
Hello there, units.
Do you, by any chance, have any more arrows and bolts?
I think I do. Check on the other side of the armory. If you see anything there, just bring them over here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
You-
go and check.
Are you Wait, can I see if he's working on something?
He is working on something. He is, he's like very carefully bending a piece of metal into a sort of curved angle. It's attached to a larger like metal stick, and he's essentially like holding onto it and just slowly like heating it, bending it a bit, heating it more, and bending it a bit more.
I'm just gonna blink at that and try to not disturb him.
No, you can
I
see
don't
that
know.
you can see that he hasn't at all looked at you this entire time.
Kind of sounds like he's making some kind of like hooked weapon or something. But
You don't
I don't
know?
know. Yeah, I don't know, and I'm not there, so I can't do anything.
Exactly, you're not there.
So I'll go check with it.
So you check on the other side. You can see there's a rack of weapons, but you can see over to the right there is a quiver full of arrows and a small pouch of crossbow bolts.
And I see how many arrows are in the quiver.
There are 12 arrows in the quiver, and there are 10 crossbow bolts in the pouch.
It's like kind of so little. Yeah.
Well, Gray, you can have the arrows. You'll need them more than me.
Yay!
I'll get these bolts for Evie.
And that does seem like a little balloon, but the thing is that they can get over half their ammo back after every fight.
True. I always kind of forget about that.
Yeah.
Mhm. Can I also look at the bladed weapons on the rack?
Hell's that sound?
Sounds pretty cheery, though.
God! Suddenly
That sounds
mariachi's attack.
Sorry.
Where?
So there's an
Don't
assortment of bladed weapons. You can see that there is a few crossbows. There's a flail. You can see several long swords and short swords. You can see 2 or 3 great swords. And several daggers.
Anything special about the long swords?
They just look like nicely made long swords.
I shall shrug it off.
Okay.
I'll
So
have to
you
make
come
note.
back with the ammunition. And at this point, like, as you kind of come up to him, he's like, he actually does say, it's like, right, bit busy here, units. 1 copper per arrow, 2 copper per bolt. So what are you doing?
So I'll leave 2 silver, and no, I'll leave 3 silver, 2 copper.
How many
And-
how many of those did you get, units?
10 bolts and 12 arrows.
That sounds about right, yes. Alright. Thank you for your patronage. Now, if you can excuse me, not to be rude, but this requires some concentration.
Roll
course.
concentration check.
Alright. So you leave Gus and the mercenary, which you assume the mercenary is here for the blade that Gus is working on.
I shall try to also feed stray cats again.
Animal handling check.
What do you even feed them? Like,
He's feeding him his rations.
Yep.
in failing, apparently.
The stray animals, the stray cats, have no interest.
Okay.
Okay.
Huh.
Before we go to the main one, Evelyn and Trofnar, make a investigation check to see if there's anything spectacular you find.
Investigation. Where are you? There you are.
And then
13. Okay. You're not really able to listen again. You don't hear a lot of stuff. You hear mentioning about the airship that had arrived the other night. It's just mainly small talk, of just like, oh, I wonder what they're bringing and kind of deal and such. Walking about, you do end up in the Roots District again, but once more, the Skulldiggers just don't pay you any mind. You do find a few shops down there. You re-find where the croc is, but you also find another building called Mildew's Concoctions.
That sounds like an alchemical shop.
it does. I don't know. Do we want to bother the skull people again?
Yes. Yes, we do.
I don't.
So you're gonna mess with the Skulldiggers?
Oh my dear. No.
No, I shouldn't have left you alone.
I don't know what you even say to that.
I want to fight the one that I hit with the mace.
You don't know where that one that you hit with the mace is.
Well, if you go to the leader, they can find.
Evie, stop it!
They kind of run this place, alright? So, like, I'm all for, like, taking the group over and becoming, the overlords of Ansor, okay? The secret, shadowy crime bosses of this land, but we gotta do it quietly and not by hitting shit with maces, alright?
Listen, it's just the one that I want to fight, not all of them. Not the leader at the moment. That's that one.
Aye, but then he'd
'Cause
tell
he
his name.
started it.
and Aye, but then he'd have then do you want the entirety of the entire Skulldigger gang gunning for you just because you want to hit someone with a mace?
I mean,
Yes,
probably
she does.
handle it.
God damn it. Okay.
Okay, time to lose Evelyn and Tropnor then. Good new party
Wait,
members
yeah.
next
How
session.
am I the drunk idiot here?
Fine, we won't go to them. Not for now. So what do you want to do?
I don't know.
Sample the fine ale at the Croc.
Well, the croc isn't
Yeah.
an inn. The croc is a general store. The
Oh,
inn,
general-
the
another
inn
Croc.
here is a splintered tankard.
Oh yeah, that's good as one. I thought that was just the name of it.
I mean, hey, the Splinter Tankard's open is around here. I'm quite thirsty.
You really want to go drinking again after last night?
Oh, go have a
Yeah,
last
no.
night.
Yeah, like essentially,
everyone
essentially with all your searching, the only really new thing that you found out is this alchemist store because you already knew where the croc was. You knew where the splintered tankard
Actually,
is.
would the alchemist store have like spirits and stuff and like?
You don't know.
And ways of like brewing supplies.
You don't
In
know.
we go.
You know, it's about time I made some Throthnor family brew. All right.
Wait,
I'm-
Trotnar family brew?
Hi. That's back generations.
Is his name Trothnar Trothnar?
Mario.
Trothnar Jr.
That's our Esquire.
His actual surname is a secret. Shut up.
Oh my god.
It's
Um,
Trothnor.
Tropnor, Junior, Senior,
as far as
Esquire
you
the
know, his
Third.
name is Trothnor.
Oh my god.
It was
But
legitimately a character. Wait, the most ridiculous character name I've heard was Punching Up Whoopa Thurston Junior, Senior, Esquire the Third. That was his full character name.
That's awesome. Oh, what's that guy called?
He was originally a Shardling Ranger. I think he got turned into a. He did something with a goddess and he became an elf something. I forget. Like a higher elf. I forget what they're called.
Alrighty, so
They have a record of a captain who served in the First War in the British Army. His full name was Leone Sextus Dennis Oswald Frodatiphilius Tolmac de Orellana Plantagenet Tolmac. That was his full name.
okay then.
Well, okay then.
So, what is it that you do then?
To the alchemist shop, I guess.
All right.
Yeah, I think business.
So, with
alcohol.
So as you enter Mildrew's concoctions, so you can see that this place is a bit weird on the outside. It's like wooden logs, like not because normally all the buildings in the Roots District are like planks and such. This is like straight up wooden logs that have just been placed on top of each other. There are a few bits of stone here and there, but for the most part, it is just wooden logs. And there's various mushrooms and weeds growing out of it. No windows. And as you try and open the door, like, it opens a bit and jams, so you have to, like, bash it a bit with your shoulder before it goes in. You enter inside. It is a grimy wooden floor. It is dark with just a few candles providing light. There is a heavy amount of dust with a few shelves of vials with the labels far too dusty for you to read.
Can I trip Trothnar as he's walking through to let the dust be scattered when he falls?
Make a... I know we already did this thing with that. Make an athletics check. Trothnar, make an acrobatics check.
Wait, what?
There you are.
Oh. Never mind then.
You just casually, like, you feel like a foot on your legs. So you look down, and you see Evelyn's legs there as you just kind of like walk forward and sweep her leg away. She's able to keep her balance, but
No.
she like staggers a little bit, but she's able to keep her balance for the most part.
No, you dare.
Dropnor happens to want to, start brewing alcohol. I did find this little page, homebrew page, I guess talking about the homebrew rules they use for brewing alcohol.
Xanthus guy's got stuff for that, so it's fine.
And I see. Well, it's just something I had found while cooking it up because I was just curious.
All right,
So is there anybody else in the shop besides us?
You can hear some movement in the back rooms, but no.
I guess I'm gonna knock on the wall.
I should have asked,
Hello?
was there a sign of the shop, like, so we know what it's actually called?
Yeah, It's called Mildrew's Concoctions.
And that's at Mildrew's Concoctions, thank you.
I've said it like 4 times already.
Oh, sorry, I
You know
haven't
we're
listened
bad
to
with
it.
names.
Yes, I'm aware.
Okay. So yeah, I just sort of shout for service, basically say, "Hey, is Mildrew here?"
Yes, yes, I'm on my way. Just wait a minute.
For God's sake.
Oh no.
Oh
We met-
no.
It's
Ellie
always a
McKinsey's
crazy
brother.
You hear some
His
like
sister.
you hear some walking, and coming out from the back room, you can see a very old lady. She has to be in her 70s or 80s. She's hunched over. She's not got a walking stick, but she's like clearly like struggling to be upright. She has very long, messy hair, and you can see that it's thinning up at the top. You can see her face is absolutely filthy. Like there is dirt and other stuff on there that you're not sure of. You can see as she's like walking, she has like her jaw slightly up, and you can see the top of her teeth just completely black. She's squinting with one eye, and the other one is just wide open and is like a very like piercing blue.
Huh.
And it's
Hey,
kind of like
Trosnar, it's somebody closer to your age this time.
she kind of like walks up to the counter and says, "Yes, yes. What can I do for you?" Speak up, laddie. I can't hear you very well.
Evie just cups her
I need
hand.
some-
We're here for brewing supplies.
Brewing supplies, you say?
Yes.
Aye, yes, aye, sure.
Well, I've certainly got a few things. What kind of supplies are you looking for?
Like spirits and sort of like hops or something that you leave for a while and it turns into alcohol.
Oh, yes, yes, I've got... Oh, sorry, I hit the mic. I've got some stuff that can be used. Where is it? And she is, like, yelling this entire time, like, just to hear her own voice.
Yeah.
Let's see. She, like, rummages underneath, pulls out, like, a tattered, like, sack of something. You can see, like, there's some holes in it. You can see what appears to be some barley sticking out. Yes, here's some here. Place that there. Reaches down again, pulls out what appears to be some roots. He's like, currant root?
Sorry, what now?
Currant root. Do you want this for your brewing?
Can I check to see what kind that would be? And
Yeah.
so she's actually right.
Make a nature check.
Oh.
Can I do the same thing as well? Because I'm guessing if
Make a nature check.
blatantly dwarfist, but of course I'm a dwarf, so I know how to brew shit. So
Yeah.
I beg to differ.
I know.
You're
I
not too
know.
sure.
Shut up.
Do you actually have a brewer supplies kit or something?
I do
There
have a brew
is one,
supplies,
yes.
Okay.
Okay. So how much do you want for it then?
Oh, for your currant root or the supplies?
Surprise.
Oh, wait. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I see you're confused. I already have. Tom, I already have. Oh, I forgot the actual tools called brewer's supplies. I've already got one of them.
But you would have.
I was looking for stuff I can use for brewing.
Yeah, that's what we're doing, I think, right now.
Oh, why didn't you say so? Just pulls the baler down. Let's
I'm
see.
starting to get confused. I
You
think
like-
the old
she
lady is
likes-
making me confused too.
She starts pulling out a random assortment of bottles, no labels, but this entire time she's still holding on to this kern root. That and that. So that. What is it that you want, Sonny?
Well, I have no idea what any of this is.
But
Well, this
What the
is
hell- what the fuck are in all these bottles? Like one of them could be fine wine, the other one could be cat piss. What the fuck's in it?
You know, that's a good question. I'm not too sure. I'm sure I've got. And she finally places down the currant roots and just pull uncorks one, just like, ooh, no. Places that underneath. And she just like starts going through and just like making a sniff and either like place them back down or place them underneath the counter. Until eventually she's got about 4 or 5 balls. Okay, so on reflection, these would be good for brewing.
Okay. Okay, can I like inspect the bottles and like look at them and like sniff them as well?
Investigation check.
Fuck yeah. Okay.
Are you proficient with his brewing kit or something? Actually,
Yes, he is. So the bottles, like from the smells of things, it appears to be various concoctions. One of them you smell is just pure alcohol, like 100% pure alcohol.
Can you
Fun.
do that?
And there's various bits of flavoring and such.
Well, yeah. Take a massive, sniff of vodka or like paint strip, and you know it.
Yeah, I guess.
Blows your head off. Yeah.
Yeah. So what it mostly seems to be is like it's part of other drinks, or it's like pure alcohol, or it's things that would be used for flavor.
Right. Okay.
I'm sure if you ask Floriana, she might have some herbs that. could
Well,
be, like, different
Floriana isn't
spices.
there, is she?
Exactly.
I know, but but I mean, you could ask her sometime. Maybe she has some
Hey,
herbs that.
Evie. Hey,
spices.
Yeah.
you try some of these with me.
Why not?
Try some of what? The bottles or the can root or what?
Listen, Les. We still have no idea what the hell are in these bottles. What we decided is that some of them are alcohol. It's either weak beer or stuff you little paint thinner. We're not sure.
It'd be
You
funny if
realize
you guys-
Evie doesn't drink, so either way,
What's
it's gonna end
pain
very badly for her.
thinner?
It's basically very strong alcohol that some dwarves use. Like if we're like doing some painting work, and like if we need to like
what's
help.
paint?
Do they not have paint in this world?
You don't know. They do. It just appears that this lady. I don't know.
She don't know.
He's
How
just a
old,
tiny little
how
bit off her rocker.
How old are you, lass?
I'm 86, young man.
Young man.
It'd be funny if these two end up passed out in the shop because they somehow ended up drunk doing this.
I have you know I'm 270. I'm not a young man. I'm not even a man.
You will be dead then. No one can live that long. Can they?
When was the last time you've left this shop?
When I met you, I think when I left high school. Like a good 70 years ago.
I don't remember.
Ma'am, he's a dwarf. They get very, very old.
Oh, you're a dwarf. I thought you were just a small human. Or one of those, what are they called? Halflings, I think?
No, I'm not a fucking human or a halfling, alright?
Okay, no need to be mad.
I'm getting visibly annoyed at this mad old.
Be nice, Trothnar. She's old. She's confused. I know we're older than her, but be nice.
I'm decades. I'm a centuries older than her. What's that excuse?
She's clearly not like you. The other races get weird when they get older. It's okay. And I just pat him on the head. It's okay.
But to be fair, like, elves also live for super long as well.
750 years, I believe.
Exactly.
We're special. They're not.
All right.
Fine.
So what you doing?
So we're trying the bottles?
Yeah. Does she have like a little glass or like a little thimble or something?
I assumed you do.
I
actually-
think I...
Didn't you steal the tankard or something from the party? Or they just let you take it?
I think I do have a tankard, yeah.
Yeah, Trotnar always carries around a tankard, I believe.
I do.
I just imagine that you just have like some kind of you'd always have a tankard for like just this like random like rationed alcohol you keep in your like
Oh, yeah.
or like a flask or something. It's like
Yeah.
Just in case it starts
All
raining
right, so
ale.
you take out your tankard. So for the record, there's 4 bottles in total. One is a pure liquid, one is a yellow liquid, one is a reddish liquid, and one is a bluish liquid.
Okay, let's start off with the scariest looking one. I'm gonna pour like a shot of the reddish looking liquid.
All right. So you drink it, give it a little bit of swirl, and it appears to be just like a pure like raspberry flavoring. No alcohol or anything whatsoever in it. It just seems to purely be for flavor.
Okay,
I'll
let's
try the blue one.
Yeah, she tries the blue.
All right.
Do you want to borrow my tankard?
Sure.
Okay. So you drink some of the blue liquid. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy.
What?
You said wisdom?
Yes.
Oh.
This is gonna be arsenic, isn't it?
Oh my goodness.
So you like take a small sip of it. It's like it has a very sharp, bitter taste to it. And like as you place the tankard down, you just kind of feel sort of burning in your throat, and then it starts essentially like you just feel a sudden burst of energy, just like coursing through your body, and essentially Evelyn's just got a hyper sugar rush.
Yay!
The easiest way to say, like, you just see her just start like vibrating from just the sheer amount of energy that the drink's giving.
Did he just drink liquid cocaine?
You don't know.
I'm gonna buy that.
I think this mad-old woman invented Monster Energy.
It sounds like a concentrated energy drink. It's like
Yeah.
Before we move on to the next
like it's like 5-hour energy, but even more concentrated or something.
Before we move on to the next one, Tom, I want to buy that.
Okay.
Oh, that's, it would be 7 silver for that.
Alright, so I hand her the 7 silver, and I'm just gonna put it as energy drink.
Can I take the bottle from her and try a bit?
Sure. Go
Just
ahead and
try
make a
to
wisdom saving throw.
Just try to sip this in the tankard. I thought there was still some in there. Or that all gone. Oh well, let's see what. What is this?
You take a drink of it.
Can I tell what it is?
You cannot, unfortunately.
But do I get the very like bitter taste and the
Yeah,
sugariness?
you still get the bitterness and such, but you're not sure what it is.
Okay. It might
It's
be
Elf
Elf
Nip, obviously.
What?
Elf Nip.
Never heard of it.
Okay, so two
You
down.
don't know
Let's
what it is.
go with the. Let's see what the yellow liquid is.
All right. So you take a small drink of it. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Yay! Is this the cat piss?
It's like wondering if that really is it.
14. Roll a d6 for me.
Oh no.
All right, yeah.
Suddenly Trockner's passed out on the ground. I feel like that's not good.
So,
That sniggering face is so worrying.
Trufnar, what is your intelligence and charisma score?
My intelligence and charisma.
Yes.
So
Total.
my intelligence is 0.
No, that's your
The
modifier.
score. The number right below
Oh,
it.
sorry. Oh shit. Sorry. Intelligence is 10. Charisma is 13.
Right, so for the next hour, your intelligence is 5 and your charisma is 8.
Whoa!
Why have you done these things to me?
Look at like traits of person. Like you start getting weird effects if your like intelligence like gets.
Okay,
really
I need
low.
to quickly write these down so I can get what my one was for.
Okay, so since
Oh
he's
wait,
not
not
very
even
stupid,
for
I'll
an
take
hour.
the
No,
last one.
you regain the stuff back per hour.
Yeah.
No, oh my days. What? So what was it? Intelligence and charisma, right?
Yes, your intelligence and charisma has now been temporarily reduced by 5, and every hour you gain 1 intelligence and 1 charisma back.
Let me write down what my intelligence was.
Oh god, he's now very stupid and she's hyped up on an energy drink. They probably are going back
I'm
to
looking at the
school.
campaign notes. Well, no.
Just act dumber than usual for your character.
Linking cat key.
Yeah, essentially, he kind of becomes a bit very dumb.
Let's see.
Alright, what's the last bottle here, Tom?
Well, first, Mercer, I just need to describe. So, as you drink it, like Evelyn, you watch as hard as it is, as you're currently hyped up on whatever the potion is that you've drunk. You see just Trofnar's eyes just like completely glaze over. You see drool starts to go from his face. Trofnar, as you are, Trofnar, as you as it like hits you, you feel your brain essentially go numb. Some things which you typically remember just seem to just vanish, like as if there's something blocking them. You see loads of lights just sort of going in front of your face. Eventually,
Do I know? So in my state, do I know who?
it sounds like you're eating the mic right now. Just so you know.
Kind of
Sorry, in my better?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, in my inebriated, in my whatever corrupted state, do I know who Evie is?
Make an intelligence check.
Oh no.
I was finding a thing about like lowered stat, about like. Things
Oh
that-
my
that
fucking
make-
god! So I have a -3 modifier. On my
Yeah.
Go on.
Something.
You don't remember her name, but you know you at least know her.
So I know that I'm with a
She's
sea
vaguely friend-shaped.
Yeah.
A sweet. I know a sea elf person.
Yes.
Cool.
I was looking at a chart that seemed to describe stuff at certain intelligence things. Like 4 to 5 is mentions often resorts to charades to express thought. 7 is often misuses and mispronounces words. You probably have a hard time speaking now. Probably is basically
What, me?
Also, because your intelligence is 5, Trofnar, until it goes above 6, you are illiterate.
That makes
Okay,
sense.
but I can. Can I speak?
You can speak, yes.
Maybe
I think-
kinda
like
like a-
I think you-
monosyllabic.
I think your intelligence has to be 4 to be mute.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, so you cannot until your intelligence comes back up, you cannot read or write.
Yeah. The
Okay.
little thing for saying 2 to 3 says barely able to function, very limited speech and knowledge.
Oh yeah, and 0, you're basically comatose if it's your intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Intelligence of 1 is animalistic.
Yeah.
What's charisma at? What's your charisma now?
My charisma. I have a grand total of 8 charisma, and my modifier on charisma is now.
-1.
Yeah.
Something of a bore, or makes people mildly uncomfortable.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's not that bad. You're just basically a boring person.
So I'm basically the weird bloke on the bus now.
I mean, in
Yes.
an hour you're gonna have the same charisma level as Evie does, so eh.
Yeah,
And his
you'll-
intelligence will
you'll-
be at 6, so he'll be a little less dumber.
Personality-wise, will be pretty normal.
But yeah, it seems like as the burning taste of the liquid kind of goes away, the lights still are just popping in and out in front of your eyes. So you said you were gonna try the last drink, Evelyn?
Yep.
Constitution saving throw.
Isn't that the one that's just pure alcohol, probably?
This is not gonna go well.
This is not gonna go well because that was indeed the pure alcohol.
Oh no! Oh god.
So you drink the pure alcohol, it like burns terribly, and you are blinded for the next hour. As just the strength of it just knocks out your eyesight.
What? Why am I here with that? Why? We need to make
So-
sure that you're not a lightweight.
So,
Okay.
so for those
She is a
watching at home, we have a sea elf who is absolutely like on the ultimate of sugar rushes, who is now also blinded, and we have the dwarf that has now basically become an idiot and is not very good at talking anymore.
Sir, please, that's my seeing eye dwarf. You can't take him.
The moral of this story is.
So,
Go off on
just
their
so
own.
you know, because you sampled it, I will need 2 copper from you.
Copper. I accidentally give her 2 gold.
Okay.
Oh,
you wanna roll a
thank
check, you're
you
just gonna
very
do it.
much, young man.
And she like lightly taps you on the side of your cheek. Yeah, just like a gentle like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm role playing here, guys.
Yes.
So,
I guess Evie's take.
Let's go.
Evie's-
What? I'm going. Can I have blue, please?
oh, your friend already bought it.
Oh, cool. No, then yellow, please.
Oh,
No.
oh, that is, let me just...
He's like, listen,
Oh my god.
Current root extract. Yes, that is 1 gold for the extract.
Over 1 copper.
Extract, okay. Okay, one gold, okay. Extract of what?
Current root.
What root?
That's the root.
Current root.
Root, okay,
she pulls up the big
what
bundle of
is
kernel.
It's this.
That's what
do
that
I,
is.
hey, Gal, do I know you?
Trothnar, it's Evelyn. You should know this.
If
Evelyn seems very
Evelyn,
calm,
okay.
despite the fact that she is literally blind right now, and hyper.
So,
I'd say more panic.
do you-
Be more panic.
have you heard of
Not too dumb
Henry
to
before?
be.
Can't act panicked. My mother's right in the room with me.
Okay.
Do you
Trothnar's
know what
too dumb to be
Henry is,
panicked.
lass?
No, I don't. But you know what I know? I can't see!
Oh, that'll be alcohol. Don't worry, it'll be fine soon.
Are you sure you've got your
Okay.
eyes open, love?
Yes.
That sounds like a
I'm pretty
good-
sure I do.
That sounds like a great statement, though.
Right. Okay. So, you've blinded my new friend here. And
Oh, I did no such thing, mister. She drank the alcohol, not me. I didn't force it.
Hey, but you didn't stop her. It's your company. It's your alcohol. It's your fault.
I don't. If people want to sample stuff, that's their choice.
Okay, I'm sick of you, crazy lady.
I'm gonna attempt to
going
punch
now.
her.
Make an attack with disadvantage.
Oh god, what's
Oh,
the regular
boy.
attack?
Accidentally punches Drothnar.
Potentially.
Tom, what's the regular attack type thing?
Just make a normal attack roll with like your weapon with disadvantage. It'll still be an unarmed attack, but you know, I can't imagine you not being proficient with your fists. 9 misses.
Of course not. Those are prayers.
So you swing wildly. Drothnar, you see she isn't even close. Like she's essentially
you
punching the
can't
complete
see-
wrong way.
See anything, can you? Your eyes are fucked, lass.
No, duh!
Alright, come on. Okay, I got luck after you now. Let's go. Come on.
Can I use my spear as a walking stick?
Yes, you can.
Yay!
And I,
Like you,
and I just thought,
so essentially you're using it as one of those like blind people sticks.
Yes.
and and so I'm like, and so I'm like firmly like clasped like one of her like we're like locked arm in arm, but like I've like with like all my strength just like clasp her arm to me.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
With
I'm
your low
dreading if we
intelligence,
actually
you
run
do
into
sort of
anyone.
misjudge, so it does hurt a little bit, Evelyn, because he's not aware of his own strength anymore with a intelligence score of 5.
Yeah, of course, I don't know my strength.
They're
What are
off.
you guys gonna do now, trying to leave the shop?
They're off to see the wizard.
This is such a mess.
Okay, so you leave
Do I-
Mildred.
okay, with my new intelligence, do I remember where the hell I am?
Intelligence check.
Oh no.
This
No.
is the easiest way to see what memories you've lost, which memories you've kept.
Good point.
Mm-hmm.
8. You're in a city.
Okay,
Oh, God.
okay. Do I have any? Okay, let me think about this.
Choose
Which is
your next
ironic,
questions wisely.
I was thinking, do I have any memory of my actions prior to walking into that shop?
I mean, you know what I'm gonna say next, right?
Oh yeah, I do. Don't worry.
Intelligence check.
Roll.
Vaguely, you know that it involved alcohol. Like you came involved here. You had alcohol in the mind. It was something to do with
Okay.
alcohol.
So, I think, like, hey, lass, why are you here?
Kind of to some degree, she doesn't know either why. Like,
Is she? Wait.
We
Evelyn?
were here to get things for you to make alcohol.
But why do I want to make alcohol? There must be a tavern or a pub somewhere here, right?
Tom, what was the name of the tavern that was around here?
The nearest tavern is a Splintered Tankard.
You look for this. It's a tankard with an axe in it.
The Broken Cup, okay.
is that actually what the logo looks like?
Cup.
That actually is what the icon is.
I remember that.
That's kind of neat looking,
Right.
actually. Sounds kind of neat looking, actually.
Okay, so and you think it's a good place, right? They do good ale, do they?
You're not going to drink. We're going to get a room, and we're going to wait.
Well, you kind of feel like I think I'm not going to pass up an opportunity to drink. Thank you.
Try
My own
persuasion.
money.
I don't know. You want to try like maybe a persuasion check
All
or
right.
something?
You can drink if you want, but you're staying in the room.
All right,
We'll
come
try
on. Let's go find the shattered mug or whatever it was called.
Okay. So, getting away from that disaster, Nemesis,
This is fun.
where is it that you're heading
Hi.
off to? Minus the
We
totally
are
screaming out a
headed off
character.
to the Church of Brightspark.
Okay. So you and Gregory's obviously following you. So you arrive at the two churches, the Church of the Alliance and the Church of Brightspark. Over by the Church of Alliance, you actually do see a familiar figure. You see Calden and Calamin, the two people that you saw in the Blood Pits. Calden was the dual-wielding sword user, and Calamin is the shifter.
Calamine is Calamine.
But they don't appear to notice you. It's just they appear to be talking. Calamin's like just describing stuff and pointing here and there.
Can I hear what they're saying?
No, you are right near where the Church of the of Brightspark is. They're all the way at the entrance to the Church of the Alliance, which you can see it
Oh, okay.
like eye distance, but they are quite a distance apart.
All right, then I'm just gonna. Since they don't notice me, I'm not even gonna wave. I'll just start heading into Brightspark.
Okay. So, you and Gregory enter into the Church of the Brightspark. So, compared to the Church of the Alliance, this is an incredibly beautifully built church. You can see that it is nothing but just pure white marble, laced with golden leaf around the top and down the middle. There are large stained glasses, each of the goddess Brightspark. And at the very top, similar to the Sistine Chapel, you can see essentially a large mural going over the various ages that Karmora has endured, each one being mostly involving Brightspark's involvement. You can see that there are a great many people that are just either looking at the stained glass windows, talking, many monks in pure white robes, laced with a sort of dark greyish symbol of the Brightspark. As you walk in, Gregory says, "This is... definitely wasn't this big."
Yes, I would assume that it's certainly changed from your time. What do I know about Brightspark?
Make a religion check. 13, okay. I need to open up a document that has all of the god lore on it. I was meant to have this opened because I knew this was probably going to happen, but I forgot, so shame on me. Brightspark was considered... Brightspark was considered the leader of the Alliance. It is said that she led this alliance into the material realm and was the one that found upon Earthbringer Callius.
Yes?
She was the goddess that caused the concept of light to even exist, with her brother Shaolin being essentially the concept of darkness. You know that while she was the leader, she was certainly not the most powerful of all of them. But you also know that during the disbanding of the Alliance, it was she who accidentally struck the world of Karmora, causing the Shrouded Isle as it is known.
Stephen. Did you ever visit the Church of Bright Spark back in... what is it called? Noble's Rest.
I thought he went to the church. He just did it while we weren't there.
Yeah, like Nemesis did. I don't know if Nemesis is asking Gregory.
Yeah,
You're asking Gregory.
yeah.
I did not. No.
I thought that you said you were going to.
It was... I did think of going there, but... Noble's Rest, when I last remembered it, was even smaller than it was. I would imagine this Church of Brightspark would have just been like an altar.
So, were you overwhelmed? Didn't expect the people?
As in the people in Noble's Rest, or here?
I suppose both.
Noble's Rest has grown probably about as quickly as I would imagine it would in the time I believe that I've not been around, but Eckster. Even if I were to sleep for 5 years and only wake up from... He kind of just rubs where the wound is. And if this had caused me to sleep for 5 years, even now this is too much, too big, too soon.
Well, my friends and I have told you that we believe at least 700 years have passed.
You are aware of how far-fetched that sounds. If you were to just wake up and someone was to tell you 700 years have passed since you were knocked unconscious in battle, would you believe them?
I mean, it happened to Rip Van Winkle.
I can certainly say that I would not at first, but eventually I would have to come to terms with the reality.
Well, let's see if that actually is a reality then.
Alright then. Would you like to pray to your god for answers?
I have already done so, and she does not answer.
I see. Well, maybe we can find someone who possibly has more information or stories about your circumstance.
Do you suppose maybe we will find the answers in the church itself?
I'm not sure if we'd find answers, but at least something that might raise more questions.
It is worth a try.
Alright.
You lead, I shall follow.
Alright, is there like... I don't know, either person or maybe like some books?
There's priests that are around.
Alright. Is there anyone that looks like they're like in charge?
Make a perception check.
All right.
Like, you can see plenty of people you can ask. It's just trying to point out. You're not you're not sure. It's just kind of they all wear very identical robes.
Okay. Then. Hate religious people.
Just say that to a grand. Just say that to a grand paladin while also still being a paladin. So.
I know, right?
Yes, that doesn't make any sense, miss. But to each their own.
Let's just say I didn't choose to become a paladin.
Understandable. I probably would have the same opinion in your shoes then.
All right. I'll go ahead and head up to a priest.
I'm just gonna do a perception. Gregory doesn't have much luck either. Alright. So you walk up to one of the priests. This one looks to be in his mid-40s, has dark brown hair. Again, he's wearing the same identical robes as everyone else. He just finishes speaking with somebody as you approach, as you turn and says, "Yes, welcome to the Church of our Bright Spark. How may I help you this fine day?"
Greetings. This is a very odd conversation that you're about to have. But
I can assure you we get many of those odd conversations.
My friend and I were recently in Noble's Rest, and as you might have heard, there was a situation with the Dead Rising.
Indeed, very tragic, I've heard.
Well, we were there fighting the dead, and I came upon a wraith. Yeah, a white. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
This led me to be curious about what exactly they were, and I heard that it was because they were corrupted.
When the dead are disturbed, their very beings are corrupted by dark necromantic energy. The potency of the necromantic energy decides on how they come back. Most necromancers preferring to involve the more force by numbers, just put enough to get them going. These would be zombies and such. Whites are either particularly powerful people that are affected by the corruption, or a higher concentration of necromantic energy. That is how a white, as far as we're known, is formed.
Well, I also heard that it was possible for a white to, or for lack of a better word, a white to be uncorrupted by necrotic magic and instead be caused by divine magic?
There is word of that. Unfortunately, I do not know myself, but the Grand Priest may know more. He kind of like just slowly points over to where the main altar is. You can see there's a young man, actually, surprisingly, looks to be in his mid-20s, just speaking with you, the priest. The one there, the shortish one, he is our Grand Priest. He may know some more.
Alright. Is there anything special that I have to do to speak to him, or can I just go up to him?
We allow ourselves to be approached by anyone, so long as they do not harbor hostile intent.
Well, I'm just looking for knowledge.
Then you shall be able to find it with him.
Thank you very much.
May the bright spark illuminate your journey, young one.
Just kind of nod my head and turn over to the Grand Priest. Can I see who he's talking to?
Yeah, so he's just speaking with a couple of other priests. Now that he's actually been pointed out, you can actually see that he actually has what appears to be a cape on his back. Not like a proper cape, but it's more of a cloak, I guess. But you can actually see the cloak itself. It's not pure. It's not white. It's like a beautiful, like, tapestry of again of Brightspark, or at least the depictions that that the followers have made for her.
So is it like just like a cloak version of Gregory's armor?
Essentially, yeah. Except Gregory's lacks detail because it's more for practicality. The one that the Grand Priest has is more ceremonial.
Ever spoken to a Grand Priest before?
Of course I have. As a Grand Paladin, I have to all the time.
Sorry.
Let's hope this one wasn't as annoying as mine.
We'll find out.
Then I guess I'll just go up to him. Can I hear what they're saying as I walk up?
Make a perception check.
Alright.
12. You get the odd word here and there. You hear them talking about, you hear them talking about graves, and they say, upon tomorrow. But that's about all you catch.
Okay.
As you go up, they kind of stop talking. The Grand Priest looks at you before he just, like, kind of, like, indicates for the other one that they'll continue later. As he turns around, you can see now, he has got very long, like, blonde hair down to his waist and such. You can actually see, through his hair, the little signs that he is indeed a elf. As he, like,
Can I tell if he's like a high elf or a wood elf or?
He is a high elf.
Okay.
But he's a very pale wood elf. I mean, high elf even. You said the two things that got me confused. You shush. You shush. I will make this church collapse. Alright. Greetings. Welcome to the Church of Brightspark. My name is Elveron. Please, how may I help you?
Hello. My name is Briar. And this is my friend Gregory. Kind of gesture to him.
Gregory's actually looking at you a little bit confused. I've never heard you use the name Briar.
Just kind of give him a look of, like, quiet.
Yeah, you know, not the role. It's like, it's whatever.
Okay. We were asking one of your priests about whites.
I'm sure that we teach everyone here about whites. Was there a particular bit which he was unable to give you?
Yes, we were wondering about divine whites.
You are referring to those known as the Vengeance Givers, the Divine's borrowed time, the Revenants.
Revenants?
Beings that are brought back from the Divine in order to obtain a goal. Some we have not heard of any of them since the Age of Ruin. But we know from history that the Divines, upon their return, brought many back in order to wreak vengeance upon the Dark. And some with just pure willpower remained on the plane despite their time ending, until they had finished one final goal.
Are you saying that there might be revenants that still exist?
A revenant lives so long as their goal remains uncompleted. But even then, their goal is one that is very much achievable.
Would something like I don't know. Say someone broke into a divine place, perhaps a cemetery.
You're the weirdly specific territory.
I know.
That is
Weird
rather...
hypothetical.
That is oddly specific.
Well, I apologize. I just came from Noble's Rest and brought with me all these questions.
At this point, as you're describing this, you hear Gregory speak up in a very quiet voice. I fell in Pterodon's crossing, 28 after Pterodon. I awoke to find myself in the Rona crypt, apparently 700 years afterwards. I may be what you say. Grand Priest just like, his eyes widen a bit before they narrow. This is not a place for us to speak. Come, both of you. He kind of like quickly turns around and starts heading towards one of the doors.
Oh, okay. Kind of
I
look over
rolled-
to Gregory, like, ah.
I rolled to see if he could hold his tongue. He couldn't hold his tongue.
Okay. Shit. I guess we'll follow him.
All right. So he takes you into a little side room. As you come in, he closes the door and he like puts his ear to the door for a few seconds before he locks it and just places the key nearby. Looks up at Gregory. What you are telling me is very risky, Gregory. While revenants are known for the divine, they are also feared. Because a revenant is not bound by their goal. They only have to finish their goal to leave this world behind. And should one desire, he looks at you dead in the eyes, Nemesis. They could become an unstoppable force and bring ruin to everyone. So I need you to be honest with me here. Looks at Gregory. Do you believe this one to be a revenant, a vengeance dealer?
I believe that is the closest name and explanation that we have for him.
Looks at Gregory. And do you believe that we are still 28 after Pterodon? Though each passing day it becomes hard for me to deny it, I still do believe I am. Briar, was it?
Yes.
Forgive me for my asking, but there is a spell that I know that ensures that the truth is said. I would ask for you to partake in this spell.
Do I know what the spell is?
Probably like Zone of Truth or something.
You do not know.
I mean in character.
In character?
Yeah.
Make a Arcana check.
Alright. Because of course I know what this one is. I've done it a bunch in other games.
Natural
Okay.
20!
Oh,
You know that, you actually know from a more darker reasoning that this spell is usually used in conjunction during interrogations to force answers out. It is not harmful in itself, but the methods involved to get them to speak are, obviously. You know the spell is Zone of Truth. It is a rather simple spell in which with anyone within a certain area, should they not be able to counteract the magic, whenever they answer a question, they will be unable to lie.
But of course, they obviously could just not speak.
Yes.
Which comes to the interrogation.
Yeah. Alright. As long as this is a willing questioning, and as long as Gregory is okay with it, then I suppose that's perfectly acceptable.
That is acceptable for me as well. Very well. Then I shall cast the spell. I would ask you not to resist against it. And he casts Zone of Truth. So, are you going to try and resist the spell?
No, I can't see any reason to resist. I mean, if it starts getting crazy, then I will. But for now,
no. If it's either yes or no now. If you say no,
oh, okay,
then it's a success. Yeah, then it's a failure.
Then no, it's fine. It's
so
fine.
you're going to allow it to automatically fail. Okay, Gregory's going to let it automatically fail because he's cursed as well. So you watch as an area emanating 15 feet up to 15 feet away from the Grand Priest just emanates outwards. So you know the spell's coming into effect. You let it wash over you. So for the next 10 minutes, so long as you are in the spell area, anytime you answer a question, you can't speak a deliberate lie.
Mm-hmm.
So the Grand Priest turns to Gregory and says, "So, you may be aware of this spell, but I shall just show evidence that this is indeed harmless and effective. Briar, if you could please confirm what your name is."
Shit. I knew that was gonna happen, like the second that I said it. Okay.
Do it.
You could just flat out say, you could just try and say, like, I deny giving my name. That's all. You could just say that.
Plead the fifth.
And see if he'll let it go.
Okay.
Otherwise, say your name. That's about all I can think of.
Okay, can I say people do refer to me as Briar?
Which is true.
Yeah, it's technically. You're technically not lying. Mm-hmm. Thank you very much, Briar. It turns to Gregory. And to show as well, Gregory, please try and lie about what your name is. My name is... You see he's like trying to speak, but it's like something's like stuck in his throat. I cannot lie about my name. And your name is? Gregory Rona, 3rd Patriarch of the Rona family and Grand Paladin of the Church of Bright Spark. At this point, you actually see the Grand Paladin like stagger backwards in pure shock. This changes things. Briar?
Yes.
If you could be so kind as to tell me what the current date is. I can tell you what the date is, don't worry.
Alright. It's something 728 AT.
It is the 13th of Comwinter, 1728 after Pterodont.
Alright. 13th of Comwinter.
Which would be
that's
November.
Such a bad name.
I thought your name was December 8th.
728 after Pterodont.
You realize you just said that to the guy that made the name.
It's a bad name. Come on.
Oh no, where did the rocks come from?
It's Comwinter.
I don't know if it's a bad name just because of how simple it sounds, or because you're thinking this in the wrong way?
Both.
Winter is coming.
Both.
I might have to retcon that month. But for now, it has come winter and you're going to deal with it.
Alright.
Right. As you say this, you hear Gregory just softly say, No, 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 no! The Grand Priest turns to Gregory again. Gregory, before this revelation came to you, what year did you think it was? Fifth of Spring Bloom, 28 after Pterodont. And you can see at this point, like, you can actually see tears start welling in his eyes.
Oh, I want to hug him.
Do it.
Do you?
I think it's all that we need to know. And he drops a spell. This is something that I don't think anyone would have expected. A revenant, a vengeance bringer. For the first time since the Age of Ruin. He looks to you, Nemesis. I think it is best that we do not speak of this.
Of course.
I don't think it will be a problem, but revenants were both loved and feared because they could turn to evil. All that I know is that you were brought back for a reason, Gregory. And whatever that reason is, you must achieve it if you wish to find peace. Gregory's just not saying anything. There are tears just streaking down his face.
Would I be able to, in an odd display of affection, hug him?
He doesn't react as you hug him.
Try asking, like, how do you figure out what the goal is? 'Cause it kind of...
You're not
It
here.
kind of feels like...
You're not here.
You're not here.
Fine, then, fine.
Alright,
Let's-
I will.
How's
Let's
hugging
avoid the,
going?
I get you want to help, but let's avoid the metagaming stuff.
Alright.
Okay.
Look over to the High Priest. Do you perhaps have any documents about Gregory's situation? Something that we could, learn more about it with?
I'm afraid I do not. Knowledge about the Revenants were passed down through word of mouth. After the Age of Ruin, there was not much written text.
So is there no way to figure out what his goal might be, signs?
Usually there is something that pulls them to something. He just
Would
needs
you consider a headache a pull?
Depends. Gregory just speaks up quietly. I have this fucking pain in my head. No matter where I turn, it's always in the same spot. The great priest just... Then I would suggest you follow that. Or he just nods his head and just walks out. He heads to the door, he grabs the key, opens it, and just throws it out. You watch as he leaves before the great priest says, should anyone ask of the conversation that has taken place in here, I will simply say that I was comforting you all about the loss of a loved one.
Of course.
Sounds
I will relay that to Gregory after he's recovered from the shock.
I think he will need some time. Probably some time alone.
Should I at least make sure to keep an eye on him?
I would just make sure that he doesn't do anything reckless in the city.
All right, then.
Speaking of reckless in the city.
How are those two doing?
Yeah, so we'll get to that in a second.
All right. I'll kind of nod in respect to the high priest and kind of trail behind Gregory.
As you start following, you hear the great priest say, "Briar,
Yes.
be aware that Gregory will never be able to rest until his goal is completed. If you have any idea on how that could help him, I would advise you do it. Even if you have to do the job himself."
All right.
If not, then I wouldn't, as heartless as it sounds, I wouldn't worry about his fate. So long as he has that goal, he will keep coming back.
You mean like if
A
he were
revenant
to
doesn't stay
fall?
dead forever. Should he were to fall, well, there's many horror stories of revenants returning the day after, redonning their equipment and continuing onward with their quest, always hounding their foe until eventually they fall.
Very well then. I will help him as best I can.
At the very least, give him the means to achieve his goal. And then he kind of like stands up a bit more and says, "I know that this is a rather upsetting thing for you, miss, but I can assure you they are in a better place now."
Kind of turn my head and quickly leave with Gregory.
Alright. So, back to the two people that are in a very bad state.
Because the rest of us are just doing pretty normal
Like,
things.
you guys have pretty much done all your stuff, it's just going back to these. So we'll say, for the sake of it, like 2 or 3 hours have passed at this point. So,
thank God I can see.
you can see now. Trofnar, you have gotten 2 points of intelligence, 2 points of charisma back.
Right, you are.
And the memories that you have forgotten have returned to you.
Cool. Wait, so it was 2 points, right? 2 points each, right? So
Yeah, so your charisma's back up, so you've still got 3 more. You're still down 3 points.
And so 5, 6, 7. Cool.
Yeah, your
So you
intelligence
can-
probably enough to be functional.
Functional enough. Like, I think, like,
read?
I think you can still read or write, but it's like kindergarten, preschool level.
Okay. Cool.
Like, you know,
Trothnarr level.
Like the very basic, like, reading and writing.
Yeah, and Evelyn's not blind anymore, so she can help you.
Yeah.
I can see.
Oh yeah, also, Evelyn, about an hour afterwards, like when your vision comes back, you feel exhausted as as whatever the blue liquid is just goes completely out of your system. You take a point of exhaustion.
She's just holding on to the back of his armor, being dragged around.
Yeah. So you've got a point of exhaustion, so basically all ability checks have disadvantage until you rest.
Joy.
Alright. So, actually, I think that's where we'll end it for this session.